So cold, but I'm so hot. Same
Dope
still
boys
I'm up in the trap, I'm dope boy.
with them now.
Dope boy now. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Down 8 gram, headed straight to the block. Pirates this water while till it's hot. Listen double up, turn a little to a lot. Right hand on the cell phone, take an order. Left hand 360 motor to a lot. Blue holler tips, got switches on the dot. State game, true stickers can't be stopped. Laughing at you haters while I'm thumbing through the paper. Says long at the bottom, won't you meet me at the top? The nigga ain't shit, yeah, get that a lot. Won't be deterred and I won't be stopped. Shaq Diesel number one, I post up on the block. 24/7 cause the hustle don't stop. 31 flavor, take an order like a waiter. I be selling more gas than a local truck stop. 1200 strong for a pound to the top. Got me shining, I'm a star. Ask about me, I am legend. They gon' tell you who we are. Fuck these niggas, fuck these bitches. Get money, all I know. No love for these bitches. Never saving these hoes. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not.
When I'm thinking about the past, yeah, gon' get some knots, gang, we at the spot. If we ever was short, then it's back to the block, you probably get shot. Every day the sudden change, we getting money, that's one thing that's never gon' stop. Real dope boys do what it takes, playing high stakes, living to die. Do your time, keep it quiet, no matter who you are, don't get what you got. Stack it up, that's the bond to stay fresh. Oh, they think that you're not. Take a roll with a hoe, they gon' let you go. Somebody's gonna say you ain't hot. Just invest in yourself, don't worry about nobody else. There ain't no handout. If you say the same, put it on the chain. Let them see you ain't tied down. Got a couple rings, did a lot of things. I ain't really gon' talk about it. Give me a trade, get you get some go. She gon' show up and show out. So don't ask me what a dope at, cause you already around.
The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. The game so cold, but I'm so hot. Same old shit, still on the block. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Same young nigga came up in the trap. I'm dope boy fresh with dope boy not. Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. This here meeting here, this particular here meeting, it was like Dalton in Memphis. How it was, and at the end of that, I salute that woman because she sat up there the whole time, just the silent, knowing she was finna get fired, and then. Like the whole fucked up part about it is her replacement is the guy who she brought in and was like second up under her. But he told them folk when he got elected, don't play with me. The folks in the crowd were talking. Bruce said, don't play with me. I'm telling you, don't play with me. I'm a real nigga. He gonna fit right in. He is. But this is good morning, Leah. It's a long meeting, so that's why I only played one song. I'm gonna have it on double speed, but yeah, this what happened in my city a couple days ago. We got our own issues too.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair.
Oh no, we buffering. Hold on. No, don't stop. Let me put the quality on 144 if you're gonna buffer.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Let's see. Maybe it'll act right.
The question is now on the approval of the agenda. Are there any amendments, Superintendent?
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. Madam Chair, there are a few amendments to tonight's agenda.
I just want to point out the abundance of real sheriff deputies and shit at our meetings. And we don't play. There are police everywhere in that motherfucker. I don't know what Thornton Township doing with the fat ass security guard they get. It ain't happening. Nope.
First, we'd like to add items 12.1, which is Project Lead the Way grant acceptance, and item 12.2,
Good morning, A. Brooks.
which is a donation from the Smith Foundation for Cordova High School. We will remove item 0.22 for further review. That's the Fraser Corning Elementary item, and item 11.36, which was City University denial application. Madam Chair, we'd also like to add a non-business item to the agenda for discussion. It doesn't require board action, and that's just the presentation of the financial report.
There's a lot of boring shit. I should have skipped to the public comment. I thought public comment was coming straight
Any other
in.
amendments to the agenda?
Call the roll.
Is there a motion for approval of the agenda and second?
Second.
Hospital
Aye.
heater broke this
Commissioner
motherfucker
Garcia?
down.
Aye. Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner McKee?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Tay?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Commissioner
Aye,
O'Shea.
we have none.
We at home, Javon. This at home
Thank you. The agenda is
problem.
approved.
This Memphis problem.
We are now to public comments.
But
In
they
the board
felt.
statute, the board members of the public who submit public comment cards to the board
Hold on,
chair
let me see if I can give y'all a
prior to the
recap on what
commencement of this
happened.
meeting shall be
How we
permitted to
got
address the
here.
board. Public comments shall be taken in the order in which the public comment cards are received. A sign-up sheet for public comment will be provided 30
Public
minutes prior to
comments.
each applicable meeting and will be closed at the start of the meeting. This sign-up sheet is located at the entryway table just past the security checkpoint. Speakers must state their name and he or she is representing, if any, and subject of their comment before they are permitted to speak. Speakers may offer objective comments about school operations and programs that concern them. Speakers are asked to refrain from using names of personnel or names of persons connected with the school system, particularly when lodging a complaint.
And we read out rules and shit for our thing. So this is the timeline. December 16th, MSCS board announced its meeting to discuss contract. The next day, on December 17th, board introduces allegations against Feagins. January 13th, county commissioner approves vote of no confidence. January 14th, board discusses alternative to firing Feagins. So they move really, really quick, back to back both times. What allegations did they? I got to see if I can find the allegations. I was too busy in Dalton.
Speakers will not be permitted to engage in gossip, make defamatory comments, or use abusive or vulgar language. The chairman shall have the authority to terminate the remarks of any individual who is disruptive and does not adhere to board rules. Dr. Schultz will announce the number of speakers and time allotted per speaker.
This evening, we have 25 speakers at 1 minute each.
Your time is projected
1 minute? Damn, I want to move to Dalton. At least they get 3.
on the screen to your right and directly behind the board. When you hear a bell, your time has expired. The first 3 speakers tonight, Jay Worth, Cassio Montez, and Latasha, I'm sorry. Griggs, I do apologize if I said the last name wrong for Miss Latasha. Hold on 1 second, the mic is
We
low.
can't hear you, nigga.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
All
Thank
right,
you.
my name is Jay Worth. I represent Gold Key Productions, or GKP. I came here tonight on this last push.
Mr. Worth,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
sorry, we'll let your time start back. Can you give your address, please?
Okay, I'm sorry, 3164 Bayview Drive.
Don't nobody want
Thank
to
you.
do that.
All right. I came
Doxing
here tonight
people.
more so that there is in certain individuals on the board. So I'd rather use my minute to take this time to say, Dr. Feagins, thank you. Thank you for your integrity. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your tolerance. Thank you for your professionalism. Because what has happened now is your intelligence and your integrity has illuminated and irritated a lot of personal agendas up here. You hit the ground running. You care about our children. And unfortunately, there are a few people who have put on Stevie Wonder and Ray Charles glasses and turned a blind eye and a deaf ear to the things that you meant to do and the things that you are doing here. We salute you. Regardless of what happens tonight, they won't be able to say that we didn't fight, even if we don't win the battle. And we stand with you, Dr. Feagins. Thank you.
Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Cassio Montez, I'm a community activist. A lot of y'all might know me.
I definitely know Cassio. He be arguing with Thaddeus Matthews all the damn time. And then when the beef happened with Thaddeus and his wife, Cassio was out in another state with his wife. Definitely know him. Your shirt too little too, sir. It's too little.
A lot of y'all might not, but tonight y'all will. First off,
Say your address, Mr. Martinez, please.
503 North 5th Street.
5th Street, he downtown.
First off,
Okay.
it's
North
individuals
Memphis.
on this board that I'm appalled. First of all, you got individuals over the internet talking about kiss the cat, but you're a board member. You got individuals such as Miss Love, who has a child that was in trouble. We stood in consolidation with you
Mr.
every single
Martinez,
time with the community.
let me stop you.
No, bro. Now let him cook.
I didn't know that.
Let
Yes, sir. No problem.
Let Cassio cook. They got to say their name and get a address. Damn it. He need to be able to address somebody on the board.
So y'all stopped it at 43. I'm at
He said he want his 17 seconds, motherfucker.
But as I was speaking, when they go back to 43, I continue.
Hey, man. Hey. Already, we can see Memphis is not Dalton. They don't give a fuck. He's like, hold it down, bro. Take my time back. I stand up here all motherfucking night. You stop me. Take it back to 43. I need my last 17 seconds. We're not going.
So as I was saying, we stood in consolidation with certain individuals when they was going through things in the community. This lady has came here in 8 months. She's done.
Okay, here we go. In their ouster, MSCS board members accused Dr. Feagins of losing a $300,000 state contract to help unhoused students. She sought out and accepted a donation of more than $45,000 without the required board approval for any item over $15,000, and misleading the board in public when she stated overtime pay of more than $1 million was paid to employees for time not worked. So that's why they voted to fire her. Losing a $300 grant. She accepted a $45,000 donation without board approval, and misleading the board in public when she stated overtime pay of more than $1 million was paid to employees for time not worked. So she said she gave out some free money and she didn't. That's why they wanted to fire her. All right. There's some rough Memphians in the crowd tonight. There's some rough Memphians.
Done more than anybody else who y'all spent numerous amounts of thousands of dollars with their superintendents. Let this lady do her job. It sounds like it's personal. It's looking like it's personal, but I'm not a judgmental character person. So with that being said, I want to see who's gonna vote no. If y'all don't know what community actors stand for, when Cassio Montez said, I'm gonna pull up at your house, I'm gonna have 200 people with me, and we're gonna protest your house. I'm gonna make it just as uncomfortable, just like y'all doing this lady for no apparent reason, because the grounds that y'all having, y'all don't even have no grounds to stand on. And we're gonna stand on business about Miss Feagins. I don't need no hold.
On business. So what does standing on business mean? She fired. She ain't gonna get back. Oh, what the hell you got on, woman?
Good evening. My name is Tasha Greaves. My address is 1095 Bama.
She in South Memphis.
My thing is, I watched one of you all board members sit up there and give us a stellar performance on how one of you all's principal wanted to commit suicide. So I want to know, who did that board member report that to? That's what I want to know. And then I also want to request that the feds come in and investigate this board.
Not the
Because the county
feds.
commissioners is backpedaling money into
Why you rocking though?
non
Stop rocking, baby. Stop rocking.
Then I also want, well,
We
I
so
really
country.
want another board member to return our wigs and they makeup palettes. Have a nice day.
Marcus Randolph, Charlie Nelson, Noah Nostrum.
Marcus Randolph, 2797 East Hickory Bluff. I think that we've done just about everything we can do peacefully. We come here to the school board.
Represent for us, bro.
We went
He the educated
into
Memphian.
Nashville. We've talked about a lot of y'all sit up there. Us activists here have stood with you, even in your trials and tribulations. And we see that you won't even stand by us. You would not listen to the public. You don't care about the children. This personal thing, because we saw
Jed need to watch this.
understand that this is personal. This is about our babies. I'm so tired of Memphis taking 2 steps forward and 10 steps back. I can't even count how many times I've done it. Ain't no more talking. Do what y'all gonna do. Evidently, you've already made your decision, and 7 of y'all need to be removed. And we will do so. The new ones, political suicide.
And they pretty much just said the whole school board is getting changed next election. Y'all motherfuckers getting up out of there. Shouting sweet. I don't like the fact that these comments is a minute though.
How you doing tonight? My name is Charlie Nelson, 1228 Cordova, 38. But I don't want to get into that. You know my address. But yeah, I come here tonight.
Damn.
I filed up.
Hold up, my nigga. Everybody gotta say their address. How you just gonna come up and say, well, I get it. He like, niggas ain't finna come shoot my shit up. But I get how he just gonna say, fuck the rules. Y'all know my address. Google me.
How you doing tonight? My name is Charlie Nelson, 1228 Cordova, 38. But I don't want to get into that. You know my address. But yeah, I come here
Damn,
tonight
he
because
gave a fake
I
address.
filed a lawsuit because of discrimination, applied for plenty jobs. I reached out to you, superintendent. I called you, I emailed you, you said transparency. You hadn't been there with me. I left the lawsuit at your office with your staff. Nobody got back with me. So what I supposed to, I was defending you with the new board member, older man, and you didn't do anything with the lawsuit. So you didn't try to help me enough. So I think, we need a new superintendent that will come in and help everybody's job. Not that people that.
Right. So you mad that she ain't respond back personally to your lawsuit that you filed against whomever for discrimination? She's not supposed to respond to it, sir. That's what she got lawyers for. That's what the legal team is for. He mad.
That lost their job. Also help the people that trying to apply for jobs. Teacher to apply for jobs, not getting interviewed, including myself. It's not right. And you know I reached out to you. I called you.
Ain't no way in hell you was applying for a teacher's job, nigga. Maybe a teacher's aide, but you is not applying for no teacher, sir. Stop the cap.
Your number 416-5544.
What the fuck?
So I'm not for you tonight. I think they need to vote for somebody else because I filed a federal lawsuit. You didn't try to meet me at all. Say, Mr. Nelson, sit down and talk. You didn't do nothing. So my thing is let the board do what they.
Nigga, you know how many thousands of people file lawsuits against the Memphis and Shelby County school system daily, motherfucker? She can't talk to all you niggas. If you file a lawsuit, she ain't supposed to talk to you. It goes to the legal team. Nigga, you supposed to talk before you do a lawsuit. You supposed to try to have arbitration or have some type of common ground meeting before you file a lawsuit. Once you get the lawyers involved, that's who you got to talk to.
You have a good day. God bless you.
That ghetto ass iPhone alarm they got going off. They so ghetto. All this taking place in the heart
Hey,
of
y'all, I'm
North
Noah George
Memphis.
Strum at 6224 Grove Drive. I'm a Spanish teacher at MSCS. And what's
White
happening tonight
guy.
is a profound tragedy. Less than a year ago, Dr. Feagins was hired to lead MSCS, one of the most struggling school districts, not only in our state.
Damn, she ain't even get a full year on the job and they got rid of her. Jeez. But they can't say there wasn't turnaround because the guy that they voted for interim, they're touting the turnaround that he had at specific schools that he was tasked to get up to snuff. So that falls under her leadership. She picked the right person that was able to turn around those struggling schools.
Our country. And to the delight of many, she hit the ground running, cutting waste and demanding a level of excellence that this board clearly isn't used to. But you know what they say, that no good deed goes unpunished. Here we are less than a year later, fighting to keep her as our leader. And what brought us to this point is frankly shameful. We all know who's behind this agenda. We know that the same PR firm that represents this board
This
also
Marcus, I know
the
his
former
fat ass.
superintendent, Dr. Joris Ray. And it's shameful to hear that the former board chair who was voted out of office is bragging about how she still has 5 votes on
This
the board.
guy
That
here
is
is
wrong.
clearly
To
gay.
give
You
the
could tell
control of
by
our
how he
district back
holding
to the
his phone.
superintendent who staffs central office with his mistresses, to
Is
give
he
it back
Asian?
to the board chair who was
I don't
voted
know
out
if he
who thinks
Hispanic
teachers are
or
lazy.
Asian. He
Do the right
definitely gay
thing.
though.
The community doesn't want this. Please do the right thing and keep Dr. Feagins.
Spanish
Janetta
teacher
Stokes,
got on.
Liz Marable, Reverend Kenneth Whalum.
Janetta sound. Kenneth Whalen was there. Definitely no Janetta. She got to be a teacher.
Danette, I'm sorry, y'all ready? Okay. Dr. Danette Stokes, 6263 Poplar Avenue, Suite 1001, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119. Good
Doctor.
evening. I stand before you as an educator and alongside other educators of Memphis Shelby County Schools who overwhelmingly voted yes for collaborative conferencing and yes for UEA, TA, NEA to represent them at the table for collaborative conferencing to negotiate an MOU
She's a
with better
principal.
salaries, working conditions, insurance benefits, bereavement days, and fringe benefits. It is with great concern that I bring to your attention the actions of a school board member and his wife who have actively obstructing our dedicated teachers from negotiating their much needed amended MOU/their contract with the district. This not only undermines the teachers' rights to fair representation, but also jeopardizes the quality of education our children deserve. The UEA worked diligently to ensure teachers and teacher types had a voice at the table. The election process was done with transparency and integrity. UEA's leadership planned for this election 2 years because we knew the MOU was ending.
Let her
We
cook.
organized and we won.
Keep
fair and
going.
square.
Keep going,
We're asking
Dr.
this
Stokes.
board
Fuck that
to
alone.
ensure that the school board member does not interfere with the
Okay.
process for collaborative
Thank
conferencing
you.
so that we can start training next
Thank
week.
you.
What you gonna
Thank
do? Cut the mic off? With your mean ass. Let her cook. Y'all know a minute ain't enough. Y'all low down his head. Y'all know a minute ain't good enough to say shit. By the time you get your damn address out, you only got 45 seconds left. Y'all know what the fuck, yeah, this fucked up. We need to vote to get at least 2 minutes.
Marable. We ready, Miss Marable. I'm sorry.
Is Miss Stokes back in line? She said, I'm waiting for everybody to get quiet.
Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119. As president of the largest local, the United Education Association, it is important that we continue to bring to the forefront the real problems before us. I have heard nothing regarding collaborative conferencing.
Well, we know this ain't no damn lace front. She got the old school bangs.
Grievances and working conditions.
Let us just stop and marvel at this hairstyle for a minute. It's big, it's puffy, it's symmetrical. It really goes right with her face. It's a perfect square there. No lace fronts, no extensions, no edge control. There's none of that. It don't look good, but still, it don't look bad. It look like her. But that's the hairstyles the white girls rocking in Memphis. I'm actually overall, I am pleased by the general appearance of the audience. They didn't embarrass us tonight. I don't see no booty shorts and shit of that nature. So shout out to the, because I guess these is parents. Shout out to these concerned parents and pawpaws and stuff in the crowd.
We ready, Miss Marable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's some people.
They still talking. She
Chris
said,
Marable, 6263.
she said, ain't nobody talking when I'm talking. So shut the fuck up. I ain't gonna say nothing. Like, I know this fat ass nigga. I'm pretty sure this is Marcus. Pretty sure it is.
Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119. As president of the largest local,
Is
United
that Kriegler
Association,
Memphis
it is
at
important that we continue to
our
bring
meeting? That's him
the
back
real
there.
problems before us. I have heard nothing regarding collaborative conferencing, where educators continue to have a voice in decisions that pertain to their salary, insurance, benefits,
Hell yeah, it's
grievances, and working conditions. It
Hell
is
yeah,
budget
it's cold
season.
down there. That's why you seen that nigga who was talking about he was suing had on his little furry hat. Yeah, it's cold. They inside that damn auditorium where they probably got the heat on hell.
We should be
Them
negotiating our
folks were
salaries
waiting
with
in
both
line an
unions.
hour to
The
get in
United
this
Education
meeting.
Association did our part by garnering 61% of the overall teacher vote.
Hey, anytime your sheriff deputy got on a duty belt, because when you have a duty belt, you have on a regular belt, then you got on your duty belt, and then you got some fasteners on both to keep the shit from sliding. The duty belt stay with your regular belt. Anytime your sheriff deputy got to keep pulling up his pants, he ain't gonna do shit. We need some. When are they gonna implement? Well, I thought you had to take fitness tests and all of that shit to be able to do this. This nigga ain't chasing after nobody. Look at him. Even if something break out in court, what he gonna do? He didn't pull his pants up the whole
It
meeting.
is budget season. We should be negotiating our
To the
salaries
left side of your screen with the body cam. Watch him pull his pants up.
by garnering
pull him
61
up.
of the teachers to continue collaborative conferencing with the district.
He ain't even moving, and he got to keep pulling his pants up. Bad sign. Y'all could get over when he at work. Y'all could get a couple licks off. What he gonna do? He gonna be trying to pull his pants up.
We are asking that you stop the delay as the month of January is almost over. According to our MOU, we should be in collaborative conferencing now. We had a fair and equitable election, and the teachers have spoken. President Napper and I were on all communication regarding the SPECA election, and we agreed on everything. We are asking that you honor the results of the vote.
Go ahead,
Proceed
Becky.
with collaborative
Keep cooking.
conferencing.
Thank you.
The superintendent has named the
Thank
district
you.
team, and we have
Man, I
named
ain't
our
never
team.
seen no
We
hairstyle
want
like
the
that.
collaborative conference now.
It won't move. Her bob did not move at all. And it's all real. Whalem, with your light-skinned ass. Come on, bruh.
That's called worship. Kenneth T. Whalem Jr., 10,000.
So you wasted 10 of your seconds to worship, nigga. Nigga, you're a pastor. We know you worship, motherfucker. You probably led the prayer for this meeting started. Why is you being extra, little suit ass nigga? But then got the priest collar on.
Outside legal counsel and PR firms. Is it us
Little
taxpayers
pocket
or some
square
entity
ass
or
nigga.
individual? If it's an outside entity, why are they paying those fees? What strings are attached? Assuming the accusations you made against the superintendent publicly are true, why haven't you taken progressive disciplinary action against her publicly? My suggestion, give Dr. Feagins and our school administrators and educators 365 days from graduation day 2025 as a baseline for graduation rates, dropout rates, and literacy rates. If they have not improved across the board by graduation day 2026, then fire the superintendent and resign yourselves. Our public schools have been in a tailspin since the MCS charter was surrendered nearly 15 years ago. Ironically, at least two of the people
See, I'm a product of Memphis City schools. I don't know what these people doing now, but yeah, when we had our own shit. At one point, Memphis had its own school system, and Shelby County, for all the little suburbs, had their own school system. But then a lot of shit started getting annexed and everything, and they collaborated, and these kids and lost their damn mind since then. I don't know what the Shelby County school system teaching these motherfuckers, but it's definitely not Memphis City school system standards. As you just heard this pastor who been in Memphis his whole life just say, been in the tailspin over 15 years. Whew. Now, I graduated in 2021. Not 2021, 2001. This is going on 24 years. He said 15, so that would have put it about 2009, 2010 when the school system went to hell. Yeah, because about it, I want to say, yeah, I guess about 2007 or 2008. No, it was about that time. Because my oldest son would have been maybe 9 or 10. That's when I found out they weren't doing cursive in school no more. I thought he was lying when he said he didn't know how to write in cursive because they wasn't teaching. I'm like, boy, quit lying. And they really don't teach it. They do not teach cursive writing at all. So if you want your kids to learn that, that's something you have to pass down to them. Just like calligraphy.
Responsible for proposing the surrender of the charter are advising you, sometimes in a paid capacity, on what action you should take as a board. Why? I have sat where you are sitting, literally. I know what it feels like to be under that pressure. Don't give in. I have never met Dr. Feagins, but I have been the subject of a very public, very highly financed, very highly organized effort to assassinate my character and fire me at the same time. They failed, and you will fail. God's will be done.
Nigga. She got fired at the end of that meeting, so I guess that was God's will, and they didn't fail. Y'all got to stop throwing God and shit, and then when the result be the opposite of what you just said, you be sitting there looking crazy. Who think he ate? Okay. Oh, that's Lydia Yates. She's the Lydia Yates Dance Academy. I recognize the jacket. She do a lot of stuff with the youth, and she was the one that set up 901 Day and all of that good stuff. And Dr. Feagins was with her juking a couple weeks ago. It's a PR stunt showing that the kids is with her. But no, this superintendent, even though she wasn't on the job a year, she had a lot of support. The students were walking out of class and shit in support of her.
Judy Brown, Miss McGee,
Bet
and
Judy
Mark
got a big
Thomas.
booty. Shut up, lady. What does this nigga sign say?
Good evening, I am Judy Jackson. Good evening, I am Judy Jackson Brown, 5672 Tulip Hill Drive, and I am a retired teacher of 31 years and a substitute teacher now. Success takes time. What the said allegations for a firing may seem right, but in the end, it's just going to result in so many unforeseen problems for the district, and especially for our students with their emotional health and their mental health. These children, it's like going through a divorce. They love and respect Dr. Feagins. Do unto others as you will have them do unto you. It takes patience, commitment, compromise, and mutual respect and time. When you're in a committed marriage, you don't just divorce because you had a disagreement, now do you? No, you stand to the side, you work it out.
Okay,
you talk it
then,
out, and
Judy.
you come to an agreement. And then your 1-year marriage is now 30 years. We're just asking as citizens that you would give it time like you do in your relationships, your success relationship. Go with Garcia's compromise of resolution.
Let her
because
cook.
success takes
We at
time.
least need a minute and 30 seconds. I can't tell if this big dude if he agreeing with what's going on or if he's stretching. Because he's just doing a lot of head movements and shit.
Hello, everyone. I'm a
Are
little
they
awkward,
speaking
a little
together?
nervous. My name is
Oh,
Kiera.
she's
My last
signing.
name is McGee. I'm an advocate. I'm from Memphis. My address is
Oh.
190.
She be doing stuff for the police department. She be signing.
Caldwell Avenue. I'm ready to start.
Now you already started.
I realize why I'm here today. I see a lot of miseducation, and you are destroying children who are deaf and unable to hear. You're trying to force deaf children to learn to lip read. They're not learning how to sign. And as a parent, I struggle with that. Dr. Feagins maybe doesn't realize that it's a waste of money. There's not enough support for deaf education, deaf culture. This is your chance. I believe in you, Dr. Feagins, that you will be successful in your role and your future. But I am asking that you please think about programs that will support the disabled and all who parents. There's a lot of lawsuits, there's a lot of suing, things with insurance, because I'm trying to get what my children need. Thank you.
I don't think there's a lot of people in general that know how to sign. So that's gonna always be a problem if you don't have any people that are willing to come to the school system and teach, because it's if you can get more, you get these people are realizing in 2025 you can make more money in the private sector, like say going to, like I said, the black lady, she works for the police department, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen her. I don't know if she works for them or they contract her when they have press conferences. She stands up there and she signs for the people that are watching at home that may not be able to hear, but they'll see her. She get paid to do that. You get paid more money doing that than going to sit in the classroom and speaking to a handful of children a day that do it, because that we don't. I don't know. I from my experience in there, I never really saw any deaf kids my whole time going through high school. I don't recall my kids ever telling me they is a deaf person or something in their school. They exist, but it's not a lot of them to where they would have a specialist on board to teach that. That's why the lady was, her complaint was they teaching them how to read lips. And the people that are teaching him how to read lips probably don't know how to sign themselves. And that's the thing that this argument wouldn't be unique to this woman. I'm sure this is going on in every city, everywhere, where there's not anyone that can actually teach these kids how to sign. And most of the reason is they don't pay these teachers shit. They were paying them $100,000. You would have like the best teachers in the world at these schools.
Mark Thomas, Mackenzie Ward, Representative Pearson.
I gotta find some interesting, Javar. This was, I think this kind of made national news though, because they've been talking about this shit for a minute. Well, yeah. Oh, they got a kid in there. But yeah, I aim to do more of my city. If I talk about everybody else shit, I got to at least show what's going on in my city, which I try to do. I don't ignore it all the way. They got a little kid up there. Oh no, they about to jack the nigga. Said what I always do.
Realize why I'm here today. I see a lot
I went
of
back too far, my
miseducation,
bad.
and you are destroying children who are deaf and unable to hear. You're trying to force deaf children to learn to lip read. They're not learning how to
He
sign.
gay.
And as a parent, I struggle with that. Dr. Feagins maybe doesn't realize that it's a waste of money. There's not enough support for deaf education, deaf culture.
We might have them,
This
but
is
you know
your
everybody
chance.
can't
I believe
afford
in you,
that.
Dr.
If it's
Feagins, that you will be
private, they can't
successful
afford
in
it.
your role and your future. But I am asking that you please think about programs that will support the disabled and all who parents. There's a lot of lawsuits. There's a lot of.
One thing I would say, because I had the opportunity to attend paid for schools as well as the public school system. Now, during my time, the only difference that I saw between the two was the one I paid for, we had to wear uniforms. and we took religion class. The optional school I went to and graduated from, it was a public school. We just didn't have uniforms in religion, but the education standards and the teachers and the quality of education was the same to me. So just more people. But I noticed most people that pay for their child's education, they don't have the complaints that all these other free education options provide. When have you ever heard these parents who send their kids to private schools or Catholic schools be complaining, saying the education sucks, the teacher sucks, my child ain't learning? It just doesn't happen. And that may be the answer for a lot of us, is that you may have to pay for your child's education, and then there comes the how we're going to do it. I don't know, but if you don't like the option that you're given, you find a way. Just like parents all throughout the years found a way to do it. They work 2 and 3 jobs and shit. Some parents suck dick to pay tuition. Who knows what these people had to do? Some cleaned up for we don't know, but they made it happen. They made it happen.
Suing things with insurance because I'm trying to get what my children need. Thank you.
Mark Thomas, Mackenzie Ward, Representative Pearson.
They got badges up in their thing. And she done brought the first grade class with her. That's the principal and vice principal.
My name is Mark Thomas.
How they had it? You better not make that baby say his address. They done put Casio up out there, motherfucker. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. We got action in front of the kids. Come on, Casio. Ooh, he's standing on business. He's standing on business.
Mark Thomas, Mackenzie Ward, Representative Pearson.
Now Casio, this Casio right there, what happens? Now he started getting loud.
My name is Mark Thomas.
Don't touch me. Uh-oh, I'm gonna give you the business. He really didn't do nothing though. He was sitting there quiet as a motherfucker. He was. He said his piece about who house he was going to protest. He got his 1 minute. He sat down. I'm with Cassio. I'm with you. You ain't even do shit. I'm with the woman. Said, what'd he do? He said, what I always do, stand on business. But he was just sitting there drinking his bottle of water. He wasn't hollering out or nothing. They singling him out. Sue him, Cassio. Sue him. He got that blicky. Y'all were mad when I came through the front door. Why they put Cassio out though? Free Cassio.
I do apologize for the disruption.
Y'all fucked with him first.
Hold on, the mic right. Yeah, that's the mic. Thank you.
My name is Mark Thomas. My address is Austin P. Highway.
Austin P. Highway, he lied. It ain't even no school on Austin P. Highway.
My name is Mark Thomas, and I'm a proud third grader at GTW. I'm here to share why it's so important for you to approve the renewal recommendation for our school. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, quote, "The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically." At GTW Charter School, this is exactly what our teachers do for us every day. At GTW, we're not just
Third
taught
grade. He
facts,
reads
we're taught
excellently.
how to think deeply and solve problems. Our teachers inspire us to believe in ourselves and to try our very best, and to know that failure is not an option. They remind us that skills that we learn today, especially reading and
Come on,
listening,
read
once
then, little
we
boy.
leave, will
Read
shape our
then,
future.
Mark.
Please approve the renewal recommendation for Granville T. Woods Academy of Innovation Charter School so that students like me and the ones who
Oh, they came up there self-promoting. Mark, Mark, y'all old people ain't shit. Sir and ma'am, y'all ain't shit for having that baby read y'all motherfucking agenda. Y'all could have read that shit y'allself. I'm glad y'all did display. The little boy can read his ass off. That's an adult speech, and he's reading it. He's in the third grade. He ain't stumbling, fucking up, or nothing. And y'all grown asses wrote that, but y'all should be ashamed of y'allself for trying to throw y'all school out there in front of the news media to get some grants renewed. Y'all ain't shit.
come after me
Big purple ass sweaters. Who the fuck y'all think y'all is? The Qs?
can continue to grow, learn, and lead. Thank you for listening and supporting the future of leaders of tomorrow.
My name is Mackenzie Ward. My address is Austin P. Highway.
I don't think there's a fucking, there might be a school on Austin. Let me see. Let me scan through my, no, there's no fucking school on Austin P. I'm not using it. Did they turn that old Cecil's into a school? But I'm thinking, no, I don't see. There's Jackson Elementary, but that's on Jackson. That's not. I don't know. They just definitely the adults wrote the look at them smiling. Yeah. Austin P. Yeah.
Good evening, members of the school board. My name is Mackenzie Ward, and I'm a proud third grader at GTW Charter School. Thank you for giving me the chance to speak about why it's so important to renew our school's charter.
Man, Jaheim looking ass
Our
nigga.
teachers inspire us every day to do
That
our
boy
best
got the
and
fresh
remind
line.
us that failure is not an option. They tell us that the skills we're learning now, like reading and understanding what we read, are the foundation for our future. As a third grader, I know how important it is to
Two
be a
third
strong
graders
leader.
reading
A
their ass
leader
off.
is a leader, and I intend to be a leader one day. Please approve the renewal recommendation for GTW Charter School so more students like me can keep learning, growing, and preparing to become the leaders of
I don't like y'all self-promotion, but I must say, y'all did do a good job of staying. Look at what our third graders are able to read and say in front of y'all. This what we teaching at our school. I appreciate that. I just don't appreciate the shameless plug. Y'all should have did that. But y'all stunted though. It worked. Y'all kind of won me over, even though y'all used them kids, but I get it. Y'all used them to prove that y'all is teaching over where y'all lit.
tomorrow. Thank you for listening and supporting our school and our future.
What was the name of it again? Glanville Academy. I go to Bob that don't move. Who is this nigga?
I'm Tennessee
Man,
State
who is this?
Representative.
Wait a minute, who is this Renaissance man? This nigga come out here looking like Afro Thunder. What in the hell? Julius Irvin looking ass nigga. This man came out looking like a movie character. What the fuck? Okay, I gotta go back.
The renewal recommendation for GTW GTW Charter School so more students like me can keep learning, growing, and preparing to become the leaders of tomorrow. Thank you for listening and supporting our school and our future.
I'm sick of this iPhone alarm going off. Skinny ass nigga. Dynamite.
I'm Tennessee State Representative Justin J. Pearson, 40 South 4th Street, 38103. Look, I'm here because I am supporting 100,000 kids. I'm here because I'm supporting the future of our district. I'm ensuring that young kids who grow up wanting to be a superintendent and do things in our school district might see somebody like themselves who's educated, who's well prepared, who's well equipped, and be treated with respect and dignity. And that has not happened here. This has been an unfair and an immoral process. I lost my job to something similar to this, a kangaroo court of people who had personal agendas but did not have a true plan or proposal that they wanted to put forward in front of the public. This is wrong. You might think that your reasons are right or self-righteous, but this is wrong because this ain't how you do things. And this ain't how you treat people. And we all know better. More allegations come every meeting. More new information comes every meeting. This is not how you govern. And when you operate in this way, it leads to other people in other positions of power, like state legislators, to do things to strip away the power of our community.
He the state representative.
Your actions
Let
have
him cook.
repercussions. And the way that you have went about doing this to this
cook.
who is leading this district has done nothing but send a signal that we don't know how to self-govern.
Hey man, he the first nigga that said fuck your time limit, and they let him get away with it because he a state representative. Good morning, Truth.
Hold on, Trey, I'll be right back.
Because he a state
Hold on, I'll
representative.
be right back. Huh?
Yeah. I know. I was talking to the peoples.
Oh.
Hey, Candy. Yeah, he the first nigga to say fuck y'all time limit. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Let's see how long he get to go over his beep. Oh no.
The positions of power, like state legislators, to do things to strip away the power of our community.
Mm-hmm.
Your actions have repercussions.
He
And the
finna get
way
2
that you have went
minutes.
about doing this to this woman who is leading this district has done nothing but send a
Ain't that nigga said your time is up, sir. They ain't said shit to him.
signal that we don't know how to self-govern.
Thank you.
I fought alongside a lot of these people,
there
two
she go.
multi-billion-dollar corporations to stop, thank you, Chairwoman, to stop a billion-dollar corporation from building a pipeline through this community. And do you know the two people that they hired? Ms. Deidre Malone and Robert Spence.
Thank you.
The same people that this board has hired to continue this unjust inaction. I'm almost done.
Thank you.
Superintendent Feagins,
my nigga said I'm almost done. Fuck your time limit. A minute ain't enough. One of the other residents gave me their time. This nigga is cooking. Representative Pierce, I might vote for you next time. I'm lying because I don't do it, but I work on your campaign. How about that? I might not vote for you, but I work on your campaign. I put a sign in the yard or something. I like you. You're a rebel.
land on her heels somewhere in a district that respects her and that sees the value of what she has done. But we will face the repercussions of the unjust actions. But somebody wrote, truth crushed to earth will rise again.
Thank you.
And you all need to know that this community will continue to rise.
Then what you gonna do? Take the microphone from him, nigga? Push him. Please push him.
And stand up.
Ooh, oh shit. Oh shit. Memphis, stand up. Oh shit. This nigga he snatched the mic. Look at this. Look at the stare down. I think Afro Thunder could take Rock. Yeah, I know there's Rock from the TV show, right? There's Rock versus Julius Irvin. Afro Thunder. Oh shit, Afro Thunder snatched the mic. He said, hold up.
It's gonna land on her heels somewhere in a district that respects her and that.
Hold on, let me slow this shit down. I gotta put this in normal speed for this man. He tried, he like, hold up, nigga. Oh shit.
That sees the value of what she has done. but we will face the repercussions of
He
the
a
unjust
Democrat.
actions. But somebody wrote,
You tell by the
truth crushed to
time.
earth will rise again.
Thank you.
And you all need to know that this community will continue to rise and stand up.
What, nigga?
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
He said like, nigga,
Thank you.
hold up. Like, he like, bro, I'm gonna leave. You ain't got to snatch no mic from me.
I'm fine. I got you. I got you, big dog. I got you. I got you. Listen, this is not some authoritarian dictatorship. This is a democracy.
There we go.
The chairwoman has already told me that I'm over time. Y'all are not the Gestapo. So look, I got it. This ain't my first time being here. But step back. I really do need you officers to step back. This is a democracy.
Step
I ain't
back
got no
so he
gun,
can
ain't
step
got no
away
knife,
from the
ain't about
mic.
to kill nobody, ain't about to do none of that.
Representative
Don't treat me
Pierce.
like that. And don't
And it's fine that the chairwoman at least got some sense and said, "This, can y'all get up off this nigga? He is a state representative, was elected to that position by some people."
treat none of these people like this.
Representative Pierce.
Go ahead. Step back, auntie. Step back. I'll put the mic down so somebody else can see.
Step back, auntie.
Y'all go ahead, step back. Ain't no threat to nobody, ain't hit nobody, ain't said nothing like that. This is a democracy, whether people want to act like it or not. So don't treat anybody, including me, this way.
Thank
But
you.
When you step back, I step away. They got hostage
thank you,
negotiations
Chairwoman and board
going
members,
on.
and thank you, Superintendent Dr. Feagins.
She scared. She know Memphis crazy.
Carmen
She like, these
Flynn.
niggas is crazy.
Pastor T.R. Martin, Cheryl Cright.
Not another pastor. Truth, I'm walking off. I can hear you, but I ain't gonna be able to respond because I'm walking off.
Carmen Flynn. Pastor T.R. Martin.
Well, I want to make sure I'm heard. Let me start off by saying, I looked up the name Michelle, and it means kind like God. I looked up the name Feagin, and it meant ardent one, mean enthusiastic, passionate. What got me up to come here was when I saw those children dancing with her, the passion that she had with the children. Is this about the children or our personal agenda? Our children looked at her with hope, something I never saw our superintendent when I was in school. I can't even tell you his or her name. I can't even tell you where they were from. But if it took the board 2 years to get it right and you're telling me now you got it wrong, so that means you're incompetent.
Good evening. Cheryl Piggy Cright, 856 Faxon Avenue, District 1. Thank you for offering yourself for public service. I do understand that this is a tedious job, and I thank you for stepping up. However, it appears that the work you represent is not reflective of the work that we hired you to do. Your decisions are to be reflective of the public that you serve. If you're not communicating with the public, us, about your decisions, then you are making decisions on your behalf. We do realize that some decisions will not be favorable. However, even the teeth and tongue fall out. We, the public, is spending an enormous amount of unnecessary money, our money, for a superintendent for our school system. And yet, Johnny still can't read.
Good evening, Board. I apologize. There was holding me up outside. I could not get in. My name is Carmen Flynn. I live at 6939 Blue Sky Cove, Memphis 38133. As a community member, a former educator, a former business owner in the community, I am here to say I support Dr. Feagins. But with that being said, I want us all to reflect that she is human just like we are. We all make mistakes. Is Dr. Feagins perfect? Absolutely not. But I think we should consider the positive that she has done in uniting this community, not only the students, the teachers, but even across racial lines. I'm born and bred Memphis. This is a long time coming for the 901. I ask that we look at it in light of her accomplishments of Hello Neighbor, involving the students through legacy learners. From what I'm understanding from various schools, attendance has been on the increase because of Come and Win. So I'm here to say, give her the same grace that you would want.
Mary, Aaron, he drove.
Mary Webb, Mallory Heights, the area that I represent, address 160 South Hollywood. I am a retired sergeant MPD. I did 32 years of service, came over here. I am one of the school resource officers. Thank
She's
you, Dr.
dyking.
Fagan,
She's
for everything
dyking.
that you've done.
She's
I've been
dyking.
in some of the schools when she came through, and she taught the whole day without breaking, going outside with the kids, interacting with the kids, having lunch with the kids, doing everything. When I walk in my neighborhood and I see a child that usually don't speak to an officer, but turn around and want to know how his superintendent is doing, what's going to happen, and I tell him, and I tell the rest of them, pray like your grandmother told you, like your mother told you. This is our superintendent. You are wonderful. Miss Wanda Hubbard.
Hate to be that guy and just point out, I'm sure everybody in that room, except for the few people that spoke against her, was praying that she kept her job and she got fired.
I have a question.
Damn it. Hold on, y'all. I hit the wrong button. Hold on, y'all. Go ahead, Truth. I stopped screen sharing on accident. What's your question?
Hey, Chad. Hey, everybody. That man that just spoke before her, did he have an afro?
He did. Afro Thunder? Yeah. State Representative Pearson or whatever the fuck his name was. He shut that motherfucker down.
I wonder. I
He
just
said,
thought
nigga,
maybe I
don't
was.
snatch no mic from me.
Damn.
Yeah, he had an afro in a custom
Mm,
suit. He taking
mm,
it back to the 70s on you niggas.
He looked like
She's
it too.
definitely a butch. She liking. We already established this nigga her gay by how he was holding his phone earlier. Green shirt, he gay.
His superintendent is doing, what's going to happen. And I tell him, and I tell the rest of them, pray like your grandmother told you, like your mother told you. This is our superintendent. You are wonderful. Miss Wanda
You
Hubbard,
call that security, I got us jive
CJ
thing.
Davis,
Back up, jive
Dr.
turkey.
Fagan.
She wore the pants in her relationship. The fuck?
I live at 1451 Woodston Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38117, and my name is Erin Idrovo, but my students knew me as Miss Wendell. Students in my 9th grade English class knew that they had to have reasoning, logic, and evidence behind the arguments they made. Students in my classes were more composed and wrote more cohesive arguments than the disparate ones that some board members have tried to
Oh
string together
shit!
over the last
Cook,
month.
cook,
The
Becky.
teachers I supported as a school administrator and now support as a nonprofit district partner know that in order to achieve student outcomes, you must first recruit, develop, and retain excellent teachers and leaders. Dr. Feagins was selected to lead this district after a rigorous interview process with overwhelming student, teacher, and community support. In her short time as superintendent, she has been resolute in making bold choices with student achievement and teachers at the forefront. The community stands behind her, and we are asking you to substitute your initial resolution with Board Member Hewitt Garcia's substitute resolution, which calls for proactive repair on the side of the board and the superintendent to regain focus on
She
the main
used to
priority
teach high
of
school.
educating students instead of infighting. Please retain Dr. Feagins.
She went to the private sector. It's
Austin
more money in the
Pettis,
private sector to be a
Ashley
tutor.
Pettis, Kevin Durham.
Do I have to introduce myself? I haven't been able to watch these. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Say your name and your address,
Okay.
please. And the clock will start after you finish saying that.
Great. Ashley Bettis, 864 North Graham Street. Ms. McKinney said something that resonated with me last week. While describing why she supports the immediate termination of Dr. Feagins, she said in critique of Dr. Feagins, this reactive approach raises serious questions about the superintendent's commitment to data-driven decision-making. I too believe leaders should avoid overly reactive approaches that are not data-driven.
But the board was
With that in mind, I
overreacting.
made a survey and collected data from teachers,
She
parents,
gone, Javar.
administrators,
It's over.
community members, most of whom are in
The
favor
only
too.
thing,
It may not represent the gold
the only thing they're figuring out with Dr. Feagins now is if she was fired with or without cause. If she was fired with cause, they don't have to pay her her $486,000 salary. If she was fired without cause, they got to give it to her. So they're trying their best to say they fired her with cause so they won't have to pay her. And they said they did an independent report and they're going to post those findings in the near future. I guess if I don't do a show, I do an upload about it. But she gone.
standard of scientific polling, but it does represent almost 300 respondents, of which over 100 school teachers, most of them in District 2, who are willing to put their name.
I'm doing this. I'm a day
Who
behind.
are
So
willing to
this
put their name
happened
next to their
Wednesday, I
responses.
believe.
Do you believe Dr. Feagins should be fired was one of the questions, and do you trust Board Member McKinney was the other question.
Yep, happened on
Of
the
the 282
21st.
respondents,
So I'm
280
3
said
days
no,
behind.
Dr.
You know?
Feagins should not be fired.
Thank you.
Don't worry, my husband's.
Yep. I'm 3 days behind on this. So this happened Tuesday when schools opened back up.
Austin Bettis, 864 North Graham. Of the 282 respondents, 280 said no, Dr. Feagins should not be fired.
Mr. Bettis, you cannot call people's names, okay? Okay? Say superintendent, you can't call the names.
Oh, excuse me. Of the 280 respondents, 280 said no, the superintendent should not be fired. Only 5% said they trusted board member McKinney.
You can't say her name.
Damn.
We have many added additional thoughts with written comments. Some of those comments will be read tonight if there's time. We asked earnestly if you would consider the thought that a vote to immediately terminate the superintendent might be actually an example of a hasty decision not supported or driven by data. I'd also like you to ask if you would like a copy of this data. Expected that. Any
You
over
can-
here on the right side?
You can bring it and give it right here to this, to her. She'll get it to us, to
We'd
Ms.
be happy
Timberlake.
to.
You can bring it, Ms. Bettis, and give it to her right here.
May I finish this last 5 seconds since it was interrupted a couple times?
You can do your 5 seconds.
Thank you. One more quote that we agree with from one board member is, as elected school board members, we carry a heightened responsibility to our students, parents, teachers, school leaders, staff, superintendent, and the larger community. We ask that you consider your role tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Durham, Kevin Durham. If he's in the overflow. Julia Horowitz.
I'm Julia Hurwitz at 1843 Hunters Hill Drive. I came tonight to ask that we please keep Dr. Feagins. We need her, Memphis needs her, the students need her. I know it's hard to listen. I often have trouble listening too when I'm trying to make a point. I recommend we bring in a communications expert to remind us all how to listen. And I recommend we postpone big decisions like this until that has happened. I know the students go to school every day and they listen every single day. I think we can too. Thank you.
Her voice sucks.
Michael Pleasance.
Hi, my name is Mike Pleasance. I live at 767 Hawthorne Street, and I'm a teacher at Manassas High School. I came down here for the December 17th meeting, and I was confused at just trying to figure out what was going on with the complaint against Dr. Feagins. I just heard a lot of things that sounded like things I've heard every year, like every superintendent has had those kind of problems. That really come to know.
Can't say names. This is bullshit that you can't say names.
That's okay.
How the fuck they supposed to speak?
The head of social studies has not been replaced yet. I've taught social studies my whole career, and we always get last pick. You know, we always have to wait. I don't even know what a new head would do because he's not going to get any budget. And I just don't understand, like it doesn't seem like the information that is coming.
His time
is
finna be
what's
up.
actually happening. And just where I can speak, where I know, I don't understand like why these complaints are only coming with one set of contexts. And I hope that we're going to listen to the context of all the people who keep coming here to try and offer. Thank you.
Kevin Durham come in.
Hey, I'm Kevin Durham, 291 West Levi Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38109. I just came to say, I never been in one of these rooms or nothing like that, but I'm 100% a fully supporter of Dr. Feagins. She's done a great job. It's been 8 months. As I hear, the kids been doing good. The teachers, the teachers and the principals got raises. She's just trying to get all the corruptions out. That's all. Because there's been a lot of it in these past years.
Who is this country woodchuck looking ass nigga?
Support Dr. Feagins. Go Dr. Feagins.
I thought he couldn't say names. He had to say superintendent.
Notoria Carpenter.
Notoria Carpenter, 1637 Britton Street. I have 2 questions. I want to know who paying the PR firm, the Deidre Malone, Carter Malone Group, and I want to know who paying outside counsel. Since if it's under $75,000, y'all don't have to bring it before the board. But I think the community need to know who's paying this money. Because if the taxpayers paying it, we need to know the amount.
Thank you. The question is now on the approval of the minutes from the following meetings. Approval of the minutes of the December the 3rd, 2024 business meeting. Approval of the minutes from the November 19th, 2024 work session. Approval of the minutes of the December 17th, 2024 special call meeting. Are there any corrections? There being no corrections, do we have a motion to approve these minutes?
Motion. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McKissick,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcia,
Aye.
Commissioner Porter,
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy,
Aye.
Commissioner Love,
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney,
Aye.
Commissioner Otay,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams, Board Chair Coleman.
Aye.
We have 9 in the affirmative.
Thank you. The minutes are as listed are approved. We are now on to committee reports. 8.1, the board chair's report. Again, we would like to celebrate our very own Rashawn Jenkins, who celebrated his 30th birthday on January the 13th. Happy birthday, Rashawn. We would like to wish the one and only Commissioner Sable Otay a very happy birthday this Thursday.
What kind of ghetto shit is this? Fuck, let me sit this. Damn, forgot I had cut the speed on normal. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, I forgot through the magics of wait. I forgot through the magic of the laptop, I can speed this shit up. Hold on. I don't know how. Oh, it just does it 5 seconds apart. Why they showing the local comedian gives back? We can't hear that shit.
And Legislative Board Committee, and I had the opportunity to meet with Chair Mark White of the House Education Committee to discuss critical pathways to provide our education system to move our education system forward. During our discussion, we focused on what Representative White identified as some of the district's most urgent educational priorities, including but not limited to reading and math proficiency, teacher shortages, career and technical. Oh, I'm sorry. I do apologize. The coaches from Raleigh, Egypt are here with us. Let's come on in. I'm sorry.
Go Pharaohs. Son played football for Raleigh, Egypt. The fuck was that?
I'm going to read this one again. On January 18, 2025, Co-Chair Natalie McKinley of the Policy, Governance, and Legislative Board Committee, and I had the opportunity to meet with Chair Mark White of the House Education Committee to discuss critical pathways to move our education system forward. During our discussion, we focused on what Representative White identified as some of the district's most urgent educational priorities, but not limited to reading and math proficiency, teacher shortages, career and technical education, and workforce credentials, and facilities, among other pressing concerns. It was clear that we share a common commitment to improving outcomes of our students and communities. We emphasize the importance of building productive relationships, strong partnerships with a broad array of stakeholders. Representative White noticed as being deeply involved and invested in addressing these challenges and seizing opportunities to deliver a world-class education system. Moving forward, we look forward to continuing these conversations with Representative White and other state leaders to identify actionable, sustainable solutions. Our aim remains to advance both academic and operational excellence that drives meaningful, measurable, and improvements in student achievement. Thank you. 8.2 Academic Performance Committee meeting. There's no report tonight. 8.3 Budget Audit and Finance Committee report.
Yes, thank you. I just want to share a few updates as we get into budget season and share some of how I'm seeking feedback from colleagues and what we have coming ahead of us. Each of you have an updated budget calendar printed in front of you. It is also on board docs under the committee report for the public who wants to view it as well. We may have a few changes coming, but that it is very close to final. Co-chair Porter and I are holding one-on-ones on the 23rd, 24th, and 27th to hear ideas or hear questions that we have in preparation for our February 21st budget retreat. I've also asked, and we should have scheduled soon, Budget 101 refresher. So particularly understanding where all of our revenues come from and all the implications, sort of the workshop that will be preceding that budget retreat. Some of the key dates that are coming up, and they are within the calendar, is that budget retreat. We'll get an update in early April about the budget. And then our county presentation is at the end of April. The board will see a final budget at the end of May, with shortly after that presenting to the county again. We will have some additional committee time scheduled as policy requires Budget Audit and Finance to meet and convene. So we are working to make sure that those are timed with the drafts and coincide with the calendar when input would be optimal. So thank you.
Thank you. Charter Schools Committee report.
Thank you, Chair. We have a meeting coming up on Thursday, and it is listed publicly.
Thank you. 8.5 Community Outreach and Engagement Committee report.
No report.
8.6 Evaluation Committee report. There is no report tonight. 8.7 Policy, Governance, and Legislating Committee report.
No report, but I would like the listening public to know the Tennessee General Assembly convened Tuesday. The governor, last week, the governor Lee issued a special call meeting In this meeting, legislators will address vouchers, disaster relief programs, and illegal immigrants. Many of our immigrants' families know about what's to come.
Stephanie can't speak at all. The third graders read better than her.
I am her and the board express our concerns. We would like for this measure to address the immigrant students we feel in our districts. Additionally, I would like for the district to work with community agents to address these concerns. Thank you.
Commissioner McKissick.
Thank you, Chair. As a legislative liaison as well through TSBA, I've been also meeting with legislators in Nashville and had a conversation with our education chair, Representative Mark White, just earlier today, and he asked me to share this with the board. Dear Memphis Shelby County School Board, and I'll read it in part. As chair of the Tennessee General Assembly's House Education Committee, I would like to ask that you refrain from voting to terminate Dr. Marie Feagins' contract this evening. Like me, you have been elected to lead. You have a great opportunity tonight to show the community that you are listening to their concerns. He mentioned that he had had a meeting with the chair, and he goes, as we move forward, I ask that you focus on things that will truly help our students, such as raising proficiency in math and reading, making sure the science of reading is in every K through 3 classroom, focusing on chronic absenteeism, CTE, and workforce credentials, among other items. He says that I am committed to supporting our community from the state level, but I need your support tonight to restore confidence in our citizens. Please work with Dr. Marie Feagins and move our MSCS schools to new heights. Thank you.
Thank you. 8.8 Procurement Committee meeting. Report, I'm sorry.
All the items are on the agenda.
Thank you. 8.9 General Counsel report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No report this evening.
Finance report.
Ms. Knighton. Good evening, board members, staff, and the listening public. My name is Leslie Knight. I'm the Interim Business Finance Officer, and I will present the second quarter financial report ending December 31st, 2024. As of December 31st, overall, the district revenues increased by $30.6 million over last fiscal year. The district recognized a $3.1 million increase in local sources. This is primarily due to investment income, a $1.7 million decrease from Shelby County, which is related to property and sales tax, a $30.7 million increase from the state of Tennessee, which is due to Tennessee Investment and Student Achievement Funds, and $1.5 million decrease from federal sources, which is primarily related to indirect cost. Expenditures decreased $9.4 million over last fiscal year. Some of the most notable variances are professional services decreased by $242,000 due to timing of payments of invoices. Property maintenance services decreased by $1.5 million due to the timing of internet and phone service payments in fiscal year 2025. Next slide. Thank you. Supplies and materials decreased by $15.3 million due to the purchase of textbooks in prior fiscal year. Local travel decreased by $66,000 due to staff reorganizations. Capital outlay increased $577,000 due to the purchase of security equipment and student computers for Fairleigh High School. Other charges increased $979,000 due to the rising cost of insurance. Other objects and debt increased $3.3 million due to the payment of software renewal due to a realignment of resources. Charter schools increased by $14.6 million due to the increase in TISA allocation allotted to the charter schools. That concludes my overview of the December 31st, 2024 financial report.
Any questions, board members? We're now on to the superintendent's report. Superintendent Feagin.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, everyone. We'll begin this evening with our normal monthly update, and we'll start with our next level readiness metrics. And so as we think about data overall, we're pleased about where we are at mid-year, if you will. And so the first on the list is teacher vacancies. The percentage of teacher positions currently vacant has decreased, the overall number of teacher positions increased by 314, meaning we have decreased our vacancies while still having to post more positions. The percentage of educators holding teaching permits and unlicensed or limited license has decreased by 1.9 percentage points. Our current enrollment has increased by 519 overall, with the bulk of that coming at our charter schools with 1,499 students. Our pre-K enrollment has increased by 174 students for all schools, mostly at our non-charter schools by 59. Our absence rate. Hello to our students. The student absence rate is 1.1 percentage points lower than the end of year 2024 for all schools. Chronic absenteeism, we're pleased with our work in this area as well. The percentage of currently enrolled students who are projected to be chronically absent is 7.1 percentage points lower than the end of the year last year. So we look at current enrollment overall. Elementary enrollment was down by 965. Charters saw an increase of 580 students. At our absence rate, charters have decreased their absence rate by 2 percentage points. Non-charter absence rate for K-5 is down 1.3 percentage points. Our chronic absenteeism, this is projected, is down 8.7 points for currently enrolled students compared to the end of year 23-24. In 6 through 8, our current enrollment has increased by 449 students. Our absence rate, our middle grade students have shown a decrease in absence rates with 6.5% of our middle schoolers not attending daily. That's down 8% in comparison to the end of last year. Our chronic absenteeism, the percentage of currently enrolled students projected to be chronically absent, is 8.5 percentage points down from the end of the year last year as well. Our pre-ACT, this is a new assessment for the district. The student's predicted composite is given to us as a range. And so the predicted ACT composite is the average of the bounds of this range, and it created the variable predicted ACT composite. Off track is anything less than a 21 score, and then on track is anything greater than a score of 21. And so our pre-ACT, which allows us to predict where students might perform in high school. It also allows us to provide greater resources and support necessary at an earlier age. And so grateful to the team for getting this implemented this year and placing us on track and more alignment with the ACT given. 86.7% of our non-charter 8th graders are off track to score 21 on the ACT. This is a new assessment. It's based on predicted scores, and so you can see we have a lot of work to do. In grades 9 through 12, the current enrollment in both
21
charter
out
and
of
non-charter
32
increased. Non-charters
is
by
great. All
848
you need
students,
is an
and charter schools
18
by
for most
187
approvals
students.
in most
Student
colleges.
absence rate remained at 9.6% of students absent daily. This mirrors the end-of-year absence rate for high school the end of last year. Chronic absenteeism, 29.9% of currently enrolled students at all schools are projected to be chronically absent. This is down about 3.6% in comparison to last year. As we look at graduation on track and off track rate, we don't have that just yet, but as an estimate, 17.8% of non-charter 9 through 11th graders are currently off track for graduation. This is simply based on the number of credits that they've earned so far. This does not include semester 1 grades, which will be stored, which were just stored. Graduation on track, off track for grade 12. 29.8% of our non-charter 12th grade students are off track for graduation based on credits earned and ACT participation. Again, this does not include semester 1 just yet, as this data was pulled before grades were stored. Pre-ACT 8-9, grade 9, 88.3% of grade 9 students are off track to score a 21 or higher on the ACT. Pre-ACT 10, 86.7% of our grade 10 students and non-charter schools are not on track to score a 21 or higher on the ACT. As promised to the board, we are operating under Destination 2025. We're still tracking it, and what was introduced as Reimagining 901 as the initiative in 2021. And so that was the strategic plan adopted in 2018. This plan focused on ensuring students achieved academic and emotional success, and it had 5 priorities. Those 5 priorities you can see on the screen, and I'll share them as we give the update as we know it right now. So the 3rd grade reading proficiency, the district has not achieved the goal of 90% of 3rd graders being on grade level in reading. We're currently at 27.
Keep in mind, she talking about something they
District achieved its
implemented
highest
in
on-time graduation rate in
2018,
recent years.
and
In
she been on the
2024
job
at
8 months.
94%. The district was 6 percentage points below the target of 90%. The district fell 38.8 percentage
You
points
can
short
take
of the target
either
of
one, but
100% of post-secondary
most people
enrollment
just
for
want
college and career-ready
high
graduates.
school graduation requirement is
42.8% of
ACT.
grades 3 through 12 students demonstrated proficiency on the TN Ready assessments taken in 23-24, which is 37.2 percentage points below the target. 59.9% of school-age children in Shelby County were enrolled in the district in the fall of 2023, which fell short of the goal by 9.1 percentage points. In 2021, the last year of available data, 87% of surveyed staff and community agreed that the then superintendent and the central office were on track to improve student achievement. Under Reimagining 901, building on the Destination 2025 strategic plan, this plan or initiative addressed educational gaps, enhanced community engagement, prepared students for a global future. Progress was driven by 3 cornerstones, and that's reimagining education, strengthening early K-2 and continuing literacy 312, recruit, retain, immerse, and entrench, and then relevant, rigorous, and equitable academics. The district achieved an 83.4% graduation rate of shared, outpacing the target by 1.4%. The 2023 cohort had 36.6% achieve ready graduate status. That's 1.1 percentage points below the interim target. In 2024, 26.7% of grades 3 through 5 demonstrated proficiency on the TCAP ELA assessment, falling short of the target by 13.3 percentage points. Math proficiency rates were 26.1 percentage points below the 2024 target, with 23.9% of grades 3 through 5 students achieving proficiency. Our facilities update, we continue to post this online under our project bill and provide this weekly to our board members. We're down. We had some well over 9,000 work orders, I believe, when we first started with this. We're just over about 5,700. The team is still cleaning up the work orders, but certainly a lot of work is being done. And this is with the addition of several hundred as we shift and transition through seasons with our HVAC systems continuing to pose the greatest number of challenges for us. Wanted to provide an update on our real estate plan that we introduced December 4th. Overall, the sale of the former Knight Road and Lester schools, we discussed it last week at board work session. The contracts are being developed and the items will be on the February business meeting for vote. We have fielded calls for interest in Florida Kansas Elementary. That's one call for Hamilton Elementary, 2 calls for Magnolia Elementary with the 1 tour that was completed of the building, and then 1 call for the vacant land in the Pisgah area. Appraisals have been received for Northwest Prep at $4 million and Wooddale Middle School, which is operated by the Achievement School District, at $3.18 million. And we did add the former Bayer building at 3030 Jackson to the available list to gauge interest in the property. Madam Chair, this concludes my report.
Damn, y'all just moved over. Y'all just moved the board shit over there to the Bayer building.
Can you make sure I'm reading this right? On next level readiness metrics K through 12, we have the current enrollment. And so for non-charter schools, which would be our traditional schools,
Boy, that
we're down.
ponytail
You're
is struggling.
saying we're down 1,500?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts around that?
In terms of the decline in enrollment?
Yes.
Not at our non-charter schools?
Yes.
So, I mean, across the district, Mr. White, are we seeing anything specific? I know we look at this daily in terms of our trends and patterns. Anything you want to lift here?
Good evening, board members, superintendent. I'm not seeing anything specific. It's definitely something that needs a little more investigation as to why these enrollment trends are occurring.
Commissioner Porter.
Hey, Madam Superintendent. At what grade do our students start preparing for the ACT? In high schools?
ACT preparation, thank you for the question, Board Member Porter. ACT preparation is throughout, just the trajectory of the educational experience. What we see in grade 3 can tell us a lot about how a student will perform in their middle grades, and certainly by 8th grade. We know the types of courses that they've taken, the type of exposure that they've taken in terms of rigor, but also the depth of learning. We can measure by where a teacher lands in terms of the curriculum and the scope and sequence and just how far they get into the materials. But certainly implementing this pre-ACT allows us to get a better handle on how our students will perform when they sit for the exam in grade 9, 10, and 11 when it counts in terms of for the state.
So they are able to start preparing for the ACT in the 9th grade, like while they're in school?
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, because just looking at these scores, I think on average in Memphis alone, it's what, 16% and didn't move. But yeah, it is quite disheartening that our children are not just ACT, but seems like they're not being fully prepared for all the tests. And so I just want to really see this, since I'm just only focused on ACT right now, how can we just really, just hone in on those resources, where there's more ACT prep classes. And I know it's in the district, but it seems like it's not strong enough, it's just not working. So I'm just really trying to figure out what's the disconnect between the study time and them taking the test.
Yeah, so I appreciate the deeper question. When we think about preparation for any exam, any type of prep is really reactive. It is not the proactive approach, right? And so we're really just drill and kill, for lack of better words. What the best preparation is strong instruction, a quality curriculum. And so when the results, when the report from the curriculum audit comes, you'll see teachers and staff have lifted a lot of opportunities and gaps in terms of choosing a curriculum and sticking with it, one that is research-based and is supported, the time that is necessary to understand the curriculum, and then certainly the supplemental materials that are necessary to support it. And so it also goes along with scheduling. We get more of our students able to take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and just really rolling back some of the opportunities and access to our advanced classes. That stands to support a student better as well. And so it's really about scheduling, curriculum, preparation, more than ACT prep classes that are taken, in your high school years.
Okay, yeah, definitely love to advocate for more resources for ACT prep, whether it's before school or after school.
Absolutely.
Commissioner Love.
Madam Superintendent, I have a question about ACT prep. A couple of years ago, I donated funds to a school in Natalie's district for the ACT prep in middle school. You have some thoughts about that?
About results from that or rolling back the?
ACP prep in middle schools instead of high schools.
Oh, absolutely. And certainly as a companion to our courses, the earlier you offer the access and the exposure, the better. It's equivalent to tutoring. So for any class that you have that offering, and certainly taking a look at it just that way to do it. I think that if it's not called ACT, it's certainly double blocking for our students when they take a math class, just double blocking, allowing them additional time in those respective content areas.
I have another question. Attendance rates have went up. What do you give that to?
What would I attribute the attendance rates increasing? I think, when we rolled out Come to Win, I shared that I believed that that would be one initiative that we'd be able to hang our hats on. That was something that students could get excited about. I believe that we provided a clear on day 20, day 40, if you're here, this is where you are in terms of being a champion, a participant, being able to track and monitor that, getting our partners involved with celebrating that as well throughout the year. I think that's what our students have shared that have encouraged them, and then they have forced their parents, if you will, to have them on time as well for those who are transported by their parents. But a general excitement about what it means to respectfully make school cool again and fall in love with the joy of learning.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Hewitt Garcia, Commissioner McKissick, sorry, and then Commissioner McKinney.
Thank you. On the Destination 2025 chart where it says the target third grade reading proficiency 90%, it feels different than what I'm looking at.
So these were not aligned. I think the TISA accountability metrics were just developed in 2023. It was just last year or 2023, Mr. White? I know they're just fresh.
Yes, Superintendent, the first school year for the TISA accountability metrics was 23-24.
Yeah.
So these definitely predate, they predate not only the TISA accountability, but TISA itself.
I know we've talked about literacy investments and what the foundational resource, and looking at the current most aggressive literacy growth imaginable, 90%. I don't know that we had a path there. So I think as we work to set our new strategic plan, thinking about what is ambition and about what are the reasons we could invest and double down on. So literacy as the foundation, but if it's not 90%, that's not an indication of the belief in our children, but it is the amount of resources we need are often multiple years of remediation and support. So I want that to be a big part of our ongoing budget conversations.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Chair. Madam Superintendent, I just want to speak to the community. Yes, we do need AC test, but if we really want to make a difference, because with test prep, it's just simply a matter of how to learn the tricks of taking a test. But you must start at pre-K. If you really want to see good scores on ACT test prep, it has to be pre-K through third grade. Having 3 sons who graduated from this district who also took advantage of test prep, it's certainly, if I had depended on just waiting till they were in 10th grade or 9th grade or 8th grade, goodness knows that it would not have materialized in them going off to college, I don't think, because it's a slow drip. And so that's where this budget season, I'm going to be focusing on what we're putting into our budget for that pre-K through third grade, how our county commissioners are going to partner with us, how I'm excited to say the city of Memphis for the first time in a very long time giving money to our budget to ensure that we are assisting these students. I just want to clarify that for the listening audience that test prep is ideal, but there's basically, it's just the tricks of the test, and we have to focus on that pre-K through third grade. So that's where I'm going to focus on this budget season. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to get back to enrollment because this looks like a much lower number than we've seen in previous meetings. So I'm looking at October and I'm seeing the MCSK.
Most places don't take the SAT anymore.
Year to date.
I ain't never heard of college ask for your SAT scores.
Looking at all schools.
Like most of it, like only the smart people took the SAT back in the day, but everybody took the ACT because it was a graduation
So
requirement.
even if I'm looking at, I'm adding
SAT wasn't.
charter schools, it's 50,932, but in October I had 100 and something thousand here. can you help me with that? Or maybe it's something we'll all need to look at later, because I'm concerned we're going into budget. And I know for our 24-25 budget season, we had a projected enrollment. And our money, our TISA funds are based off of our last year. So our TISA funds for this upcoming fiscal year will be based on this particular enrollment. So I'm just wondering, can somebody help me with the numbers? It looks like we've gone down.
Board Member McKinney,
Yeah.
And Superintendent and board members, I appreciate the question. I don't have the data to which you're referring in front of me, but what I will say is January is typically an odd month. What you will typically see at around the holidays is a lot of movement of students after that first semester and during the holidays. So that's one thing that I think whenever we report January data, we have to keep in mind. But could you just repeat for me one more time, because I'm trying to visualize it in my head.
So I'm looking at a report that says MSCS K through 12 enrollment, and it's 100 and something thousand. See these things very well, but it's 100 and something thousand here. And then I'm looking at this report saying January 2025 is 50,932. So that's what I'm asking. That's a big gap to say that I think this is October. I can look at it. October, we were at 100,000, and then we've lost 50,000. My math may be not mathing, but.
Yeah, I do think, and I apologize to the board, that all schools row is perhaps incorrect, because that should be our 100% total enrollment. And I apologize that was not caught earlier. We're going to need to go back and look at that. And
that made me very nervous.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I can see that now,
Yeah.
and I am so sorry about that, because I can understand why that would make you nervous.
Right. Okay.
I believe we've got either a typo or just a transfer problem with some of the data. Or maybe we're not looking at the right slide. Because
It's okay,
if you go
Mr.
back,
White. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
The current enrollment, Board Member McKinney, while there may be an error on that slide, is 105,304 students for all schools. Again, this is absent of pre-K. And then non-charter schools is 85,611. With our charter schools at 19,693. Coupled with our pre-K, that 105,304 and that 5,089, then that gets us to that 110,000 plus. So we can own the error on the slide. That we have not lost 50,000.
I'm sorry, Superintendent.
Mr. White, it's okay.
I'm so sorry, but these are by grade band, these slides. So if you look at this slide, that is the K-12.
Okay.
And that other slide was one of the grade bands.
Yes, it
but,
should say.
So it says K-12. That's where the error is, and
Yes.
I apologize.
This is K5, I believe.
I think that's right.
And
Yes,
this
ma'am.
is 6-8.
Yes, ma'am. It's the heading that's the problem. K5, and then the next was 6-8.
All is well.
Thank you.
Commissioner Williams.
Measure what you have for and she doing this knowing her job on the line. She's being very professional.
But you have 66.6% of the students were proficient in math. What are you talking about? What is that reference to? I don't know which math course they're taking in this rate. They don't take the same math course.
Which one, Board Member Williams? Thank you for the
This is
question.
page 11, and you're talking about ELA, and then you're talking about math at the very top of that, and you're giving the percentages of people who pass the test. The subjects are different in high school. They're not all taking the same math. They're not all taking the same language courses. So I don't know how those measures coming up. What are you measuring, and what texts are they using?
Are we specifically talking about
Everything on page 11 at the top that says grade, it says proficiency rate. This is the content of the course, and it just gives the course by subject, such as ELA, such as math. It doesn't identify them any more defined than that, and it doesn't tell you which math. So I'm not sure that these numbers are.
He's in the report, Mr. White.
I thought
Okay.
over here.
It's okay, Mr. Board Member Williams. I thought you were on the slide. I was just, give me 1 second.
For example, the very first thing says just science. It says appendix science, and it says grade 3.
So you want to know specifically in high school for
In high school,
sure,
those
which
courses,
science?
What is the science they're taking? Which math are they taking? It's just all under ELA or math.
Okay, this is our end of course.
I don't know what they're measuring and
So
what they're being taught.
Yes,
what
sir.
we do when we report by subject area and not end of course test, Board Member Williams, is we combine the EOC tests. So when we say mathematics for high school, that would be Algebra 1, Algebra 2, geometry combined.
So how would you know that looking at this chart, which math it is?
I guess we would need to be a little more specific in our chart, or maybe add a footnote or something, but that's the way the state also does it. So we just mirror the process of when you report high school mathematics, it includes the end of course assessments for math that are available for high school students.
How
Algebra
do
1.
we know then that the curriculum is that they're measuring what they're teaching? What other things do you have in this curriculum to support passing the test? And do we have curriculums in all of these courses? Do they have the proper information in books and so forth?
I want to make sure I understand your question, Board Member Williams. You want to know, based on how the data is reported, in terms of who is successful and who is not, how do we know that we have the actual curriculum that is aligned?
Yes, from the courses, because they're not all taking the same course.
That's correct, meaning Algebra 1, geometry.
Well, see, these are not that specific. It just says it says ELA, then it says math. That's all they have here is courses. It's math and ELA.
Yes, sir.
They don't say what they are, but they do give a number indicating who's doing well in each grade band, the percentage of proficiency.
I think that's a fair list.
I don't
You'd
know
like
what
to
they're
see it
proficient
by
in.
content area. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, yes, sir. We'll take care of that.
Thank you. Proposed 9.1, proposed policy, second reading. 5013, promotion and retention. 5023, family life education. 6047, school fees and debts. 6060, school day.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good evening, Commissioners and Superintendent. For second reading and approval tonight, we do bring 6 policies with proposed revisions to align to statutory and regulatory revisions. The policies are 5013, promotion and retention, 5016, limited English proficient, 5021, library services and collections, 5023, family life education.
And Commissioner McKinney, second. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McKissick,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcia,
Aye.
Commissioner Porter,
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy,
Aye.
Commissioner Love,
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney,
Aye.
Commissioner Otey,
Aye.
Commissioner Williams,
Aye.
Board Chair Coleman.
Aye.
You have 9 in the affirmative.
Thank you. That motion passes. We are now onto the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda? Okay.
Madam Chair, as a reminder, we removed item 11.22, which was the Fraser Corning Elementary School Foundation repair. We removed item 11.36, which was the denial of City University.
Consent agenda items. 11.1, contract approval, AT&T Emergency and Security Service in the amount of $624,664.80. 11.2, contract approval, Renaissance Convention Center Event Rentals, MSCS Graduations 2025 in the amount of $208,042.80. 11.3, approval Science Textbook Selection Committee. 11.4, approval Caldwell Guthrie Library Core Collection in the amount of $109,469.35. 11.5, approval Snowden K8 Knowledge Tree Furniture, $165,175.69. 11.6, approval Memphis Symphony Orchestra,
Shout out to Snowden.
$80,800.
Green Dogs.
11.7, contract renewal, Mansfield Oil Company, for water, field operated,
Yeah, skip through that.
$68,000. Between Memphis Shelby County Schools and
She's still going.
11.16, Cordova.
She's still going.
11.20,
Good grief.
Sports Field Lighting Project.
Damn, lady.
$1,213,900. Yeah. Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner
Jeez.
McKissick,
Aye.
Commissioner Garcia,
Aye.
Commissioner Porter,
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy.
Aye.
Commissioner Love.
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Commissioner Otay.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams. Board Chair Coleman.
Aye.
You have 9 in the affirmative.
Thank you. That motion passes. We have 3
You
items
low.
that request for action. Project Lead the Way, Superintendent.
Thank you, Madam Chair. First item 12.1 is Project Lead the Way for Douglas K-8. The recommendation is for the board to approve the grant acceptance of $50,000 from Project Lead the Way. This is to help purchase equipment, supplies, and cover the expenses incurred for the Project Lead the Way core training at Douglas K-8 Optional School. Year 1 will be $25,000, and year 2 is $25,000 for a total of $50,000. Again, this is to support STEM students at Douglas K-8 Optional School.
Motion and second, please. Motion by Commissioner McKinney, second by Commissioner Hewitt Garcia. Roll call vote.
Commissioner McKissick.
Aye.
Commissioner Garcia.
Aye.
Commissioner Porter.
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy.
Aye.
Commissioner Love.
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney.
Aye.
Commissioner Otay.
Aye.
Commissioner Williams.
Aye.
Board Chair Coleman.
Aye.
You have 9 in the affirmative.
Thank you. That motion passes. The next one is 12.2.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item 12.2 is donation from the Smith Foundation for Cordova High School. The recommendation is that the board approve a one-time donation of $35,000 from the Smith Foundation. That's Harbor Freight Tools for Schools.
Get to her vote.
As a big supporter of the arts, and then who doesn't love Hamilton,
I know.
right?
We will make sure it's added. Thank you. So our total was $74,616, and we'll add $3,640 to that, and we'll have it reflected in our minutes. Is there a motion to approve this item in a second?
I move. Second.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McKissick.
Aye.
They went out. They had a lot of stoppages. They said, hold on. Okay. We got something. I can just skip with the arrow instead of trying to move forward. Some of them back, not all of them. Damn.
Board members, staff, parents, and community members, the purpose of the special call meeting is to discuss the potential termination of Superintendent Dr. Marie N. Feagins' contract with the Memphis Shelby County Schools Board of Education. If the board decides to terminate Dr. Feagins' contract, we will appoint an interim superintendent. This step is necessary to ensure continuity in the operations of the school district. Thank you for joining this special call meeting today. You have already heard my explanation for this resolution, as well as the response from Superintendent Feagins. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. We are now on to public comments. In accordance with state statute, the board shall reserve a period for public comments during business and special call meetings. Only those members of the public who submit public comment cards to the board chairman prior to the commencement of this meeting shall be permitted to address the board. Public comments shall be taken in the order in which the public comment cards are received. A sign-up sheet for public comments will be available 30 minutes prior to each applicable meeting and will be closed at the start of the meeting. This sign-up
They had a closed executive session.
security checkpoint. Speakers must state their name, organization he or she is representing,
More
if
than
any,
yours truly.
and subject of their comment before they are permitted to speak. Speakers may offer objective comments about school operations and programs that concern them. Speakers are asked to refrain from using names of personnel or names of persons connected with the school system, particularly when lodging a complaint. Speakers will not be permitted to engage in gossip, make defamatory comments, or use abusive or vulgar language. The chairman shall have the authority to terminate the remarks of any individual who is disruptive and does not adhere to board rules. Dr. Schultz will announce the number of speakers and the time allotted per speaker.
We have 27 speakers at 1 minute each.
Your time is
1 minute again.
directly behind the board. When you hear a bell, your time has expired. I've called the first three speakers, excuse me. Ms. Liz Marble, Austin Bettis, Ashley Bettis.
They signed up for both sessions, huh? Morning, Gabe.
Liz Marable, 6263 Poplar Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, 38119. As president of the largest local United Education Association, the members of the United Education Association of Shelby County are committed to making the 901 the best place in which to live, teach, and learn. We remain focused on the goal of ensuring students have the resources they need, clean and safe school buildings, trained educators in their classrooms, and well-rounded curricula that support the growth as future citizens. UEA also issued the Superintendent Leadership Survey, where we asked the educators, over 6,000 strong, to answer two questions. The first question was, if the teachers wanted to retain Dr. Feagins as superintendent, 88.3% of your educators said they want to retain Dr. Feagins. I don't need the rest of the speech. I don't need the rest of the speech. I've been in 121 schools. I dare say that all of you combined have been in that many. Teachers feel heard and seen. They want to retain Dr. Feagins at 88.3%. So I don't know where you found the 11.7%.
Austin Bettis, 864 Graham. This is not planned. I actually have some data as well. Mine's more homemade, but just want to reiterate that the data we collected, about 300 respondents, ours was about 98% that said that they wanted to retain. This is a mix of community members, teachers, administrators, staff. I would like to read a comment if I have time, but first of all, if you'd like to participate in the survey, if you're streaming on YouTube, this QR code will go directly to that survey. Oops. And you can join, make your voice heard. So I'm just gonna hold that for a bit, if you're streaming on YouTube. And a few comments from our survey will be coming up next.
He's streaming on YouTube. They ghetto as hell with the iPhone going off every minute. 1 minute ain't shit though. They know they wrong for that.
Ashley Bettis, 864. If you didn't see it, it was being covered. Please hear your voice. They should want to hear your voice. That is a responsibility as a board member to listen to their constituents. Please do it. Please share. One of our favorite comments came from a teacher from this survey that you have all the responses. I desperately wish a certain board member would consider the negative impact an immediate termination of Feagins would have on our students and schools. As an MSCS school teacher for almost the last decade, I have seen firsthand the negative impact of dramatic, abrupt changes on schools. She has not even been serving as superintendent for a year. Nothing presented in the board meeting warrants an immediate termination. I was so excited to vote this certain board member in and another one out. I was practically skipping to the polls. Her behavior these last few weeks has been both an embarrassment and a devastation to me. Our students deserve consistency and someone to champion.
Thank you. Address Brittany Thornton, Christopher Schaefer's.
Hey, I'm Ardres Clark, 2159 Clayton, and I just pray that the board, the men and the women of the board do the right thing and just listen to the students and the community, because we the ones that voted, and y'all hear the community voice and concern. But to our superintendent, you are in class and you can sit there knowing that you're being betrayed by your colleagues. You are a woman of class. Give you a word of encouragement to know Jesus knew he was going to be betrayed. So with that being said, I pray for you and your well-being. into our city. If we can't get involved, can we please, I'm saying this for my own, can we please call Dr. Willie Harrison back in office?
Yes, ma'am. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. Thank you, Chairwoman. Commissioner Brittany Thornton, 160 North Main, in Memphis, Tennessee, 38104. Dr. Feagins, I want you to know that before your appointment, we met and I said to you, as long as you keep the support of the people, you're going to be right. When I said this, I never thought that the majority of the board would hijack these elected, the will of the people, the will of our school leaders, our students, unimportant to our local electeds. Though the 5 voting members of the board may win the fight to terminate your contract tonight, trust me, we will win the war. For it has always been and always will be our battle to fight. Far more than any accusation made against you, Dr. Feagins, your public persecution has opened our eyes to see our own puppet masters. To every person you have relied on that has betrayed you, sabotaged you, left you to fend for yourself, and cost you your peace, may they all continue to be revealed. Because if they aren't, Dr. Richmond, how will you be successful? Ever since December 17th, Superintendent, I cannot tell you how many individuals have spoken to me for the saying, oh, she's here. We already got her replacement. Let that sink in.
Thank
we
you.
already.
Christopher.
Okay, it's Christopher. So when I'm the chair with the superintendent, I'm asking Ms. Murphy to stand.
Sir,
with
you
the
can't call names. Just say stand
Well, I'm
with it.
asking her that she stand with the superintendent and don't go against her because she hadn't been to the principal in mid-high school, been over to high school at all. So I'm asking her to stand with the superintendent. Don't go against her at all. Give her a chance. All thing she wants is a chance to make things right in the city. It seems like y'all just want to tear it apart. Why y'all want to tear it apart? Y'all don't want kids to learn how to read, write, spell. They already don't do cursive in school. What's going on? Can we get it together? Do the state need to come in?
I told y'all we was all shocked when we learned they wasn't doing cursive in school no more. They said, fuck it, you little niggas is typing anyway. Y'all texting. You need to know how to write cursive. Crazy. Oh no, why did it go to this screen?
Do y'all want them to? Do y'all want them to come in and audit y'all? Because they really do need to come in and audit y'all. And they need to have Ms. Feagins right there. That's what they need. Because y'all don't look at me crazy. Just do the right thing. And I'm asking the chair to do the right thing too. Just do the audit. I want the audit done. Just open the books. Let's open the books and see what's going on. Let's see where the money going.
Thank you.
Let's see. I want to see all the contracts.
Thank you.
They done cut the mic off on the nigga. Y'all ain't shit. They said nobody else will speak out of turn. You're cutting off after your minute since Afro Thunder ruined it for everybody.
My name is Farron Johnson, 1490 Lydia Street.
Hey, Karen.
I'm one of over 500 SEAs for this district, one who, along with others, had an issue with Dr. Feagins. My issue was communication and untimely notice of us possibly losing jobs. I didn't care for the fact that she was an outsider, and I, like so many, haven't cared for SES and its dealing since Harrington left. But y'all messed up and hired a whole messiah. She wasn't hired for this job. She was called to this job. She did exactly what y'all said she couldn't do. She fixed the problem and she communicated with us. Thank you and congratulations, Dr. Feagins. They have given you the nation's attention. Locals don't come out for locals, but here we are in the code. Memphis hasn't seen a public lynching since 1939. Now I'm ashamed to say that Cat wants to help lead a mob in lynching the best leader our children have seen in decades. Thank you.
Aaron
Snow
Purnell,
Boots Lane.
Danica Wilkes, Damian Curry Morris.
Look at this nigga. He prancing up to the pole. To the
Erwin
podium.
Purnell, 8037 Waterford Place, Memphis, Tennessee 38125. Good evening. I'm speaking as an alumnus of this district and a proud product of Memphis City Schools. Superintendent, I want to start by saying I thank God for the blessing that you are to this district, to this city, and to our students. To the board, I urge you to give this superintendent the time allotted in her existing contract. What we are witnessing here seems oddly strange. A majority of you seem committed to moving forward and terminating the superintendent, showing little interest in collaboration or reconciliation. The concerns and complaints you all have presented predate her tenure, and anyone who has done their research would see that. Quite frankly, all of this feels like a peculiar, personal, petty, perplexing, pathetic plot. Galatians 6 and 7 reminds us, be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man or woman soweth, that shall he or she also reap. So for those of you who want to get rid of the superintendent, you might consider this a victory tonight. But know this, you will reap what you sow. Every action has consequences. What you sow today, you will surely reap tomorrow. Thank you.
Who is this nigga wanting to shake everybody's
Good
hand and
evening.
hug
My name is
them?
Danica Wilson. I'm at 900 Dickinson, Memphis, Tennessee, 38107. And I just want to say that for
Lord.
elected officials that the community has chosen to represent, given blazing disregard for what the community overwhelmingly says they want, is truly disheartening. Dr. Feagins, in her few short 9 months being here, has created revolutionary change that we have not seen from previous or prior leadership. And given less than 9 months to give this decision or make this decision like this is irresponsible governance. So we stand in solidarity as a community against parts of a board who will be on the wrong side of history. Thank you.
Mr. Morris?
Professor Damon Curry Morris, 1529 Dunmore Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38114. And I just want to say for the record that this is the highest level of corruption I have ever witnessed in all my years of living in Memphis, Tennessee. And I've been through the Tennessee walls and I didn't see this kind of corruption. So what I'm trying to lawsuit, because ain't none of this supposed to be going on. But just as lawsuits have been settled, they can be reopened. Okay? Board member, you say you want the lawsuit, we'll take it. I give it to you, like the brat saying. I give it to you. And there's many more. We ain't thinking nothing about the children. This ain't got nothing to do with the children. At all. At all. You got board members threatening folks and all kind of foolishness going on in this community. My own board member threatened me. So I'm trying to tell you, hey, you want to go to war? Let's go to war, because I'm going to war. Okay? It ain't over. It ain't over till the fat professor sings.
They didn't cut his mic off.
Latasha Griggs,
Memphis ain't
Angela
shit.
Rogers, Cheryl Cricht.
She finna start rocking again.
My address 1095 Bell. Dr. Feagins, I support you. You have my utmost respect. I was always taught a he dog holler. And every time a camera come on, a dog holler. Every time I turn around, a dog on the camera. Now, I name people according to the way I see them. And there's Honey Bun and then there's Ragamuffin. That's how I see them. Because that's how I see them when they on the camera. Every time I see them, they on the camera, they got to give a statement. But I'm going to tell you something. For somebody to be a disbarred lawyer and they want to give you a lawsuit, I prefer that you include everybody's name that had your name in their mouth in their lawsuit. And I want it to be defamation of character and emotional damage.
Good evening. My name is Angela Rogers, and I ran on 4033 Naylor Road. I ran for school board commissioner for District 3. I didn't win, and I'm okay with that. I'm not a politician, but I did learn a lot about politics when I ran. And so I was asked about whether I would run again if the opportunity presented itself. And honestly, I really don't know. But
Whatever off-brand Oprah.
Kids. That's why I ran. And so while I don't know much about politics, what I do know, Dr. Feagins, is had I won, you would certainly have my vote to keep doing what you're doing, keep showing up with grace and dignity in spite of everything that is happening around you. And so I do know that. And so I just want to encourage you tonight to keep doing exactly what you're doing. We appreciate you. We thank you for how you show up and how you represent Memphis. You were an amazing choice, and I believe that God has sent you.
Good evening again. Cheryl Piggy Crick, 856 Faxon Avenue, District 1. Again, I say, thank you for offering yourself with public service. I do understand that this is a tedious job, and I applaud you for stepping up. Again, however, it appears that the work you represent is not reflective of the work that we hired you to do. Your decisions are to be reflective of the public that you serve. If you are not communing with the public, us, about your decision, then you are making decisions on your behalf. Again, I say, we do realize that some decisions will not be favorable, even though the teeth and the tongue will fall out. Let me get this straight. You, the board, said Jarvis Ray kept playing with the staff. You spent money.
Why
You,
is
the
she
board,
moving
said
like
Tony
this?
Williams wasn't qualified. You spent money. You, the board, said Dr. Feagins does not get along with others. But you, the board, are still spending enormous amounts of money for a superintendent for our school system, and yet we have a high level of homelessness, food insecurity.
She only been. She has only had the job for 8 months. That's not even a full school calendar. This is crazy.
Representative Pearson, Rachel Spriggs, Danielle Inez.
Representative Justin J. Pearson, 4743-103. Look.
True. Afro Thunderback. He gonna be the reason. He the reason they cutting the mics off on niggas now. He back though.
Look.
They clap for this nigga.
Representative Justin J. Pearson, 4743-103. Look, the problem is this is an unfair process. It isn't about the decision, just the decision that you're choosing to make. It's how you came to it. Giving somebody 24 hours notice before you show the entire public that you want to fire them is wrong and immoral. And if it hadn't been for just one vote, she would have lost her job in December. And so now people are complaining about the fact that the public has something to say about an unfair process that you all put forward. When in effect, you could do this. You could slow down. You could decide, we may have made our move too soon, as my grandmama used to say. And we need not only to have grace in this process for the superintendent, but grace in the process for yourselves as newly elected officials and leaders of this community to put together a proper performance improvement plan and to then hold her accountable at future meetings for the metrics that you set forward. By not doing that, you are continuing to sow distrust in this board and distrust in our community. That's why I stand in support of a fair process for Dr. Feagins. Thank you.
Before you start my time, board member Chair Coleman, I just want to state that people can say Superintendent Feagins or whatever your name is, and you can correct me, parliamentarian, as long as they're not casting a complaint. And so you keep on stopping people from saying people's names when they're not casting a complaint. So I just want to make that clear. Rachel Spriggs, 440 North McNeil. Justin, I want to start off by apologizing for you having to experience much of what we've been experiencing for some time, despite having a majority Black board, serving a majority of Black students in a majority Black city. There is still not much difference happening here than at the state capitol. But the people are clear. Our children are not going to the highest bidder. The board can simply not be trusted at this point. We have endured decades of corruption from the board, but can't give our superintendent more than 9 months. You've barely gone through orientation. I realize that there are folks on both sides and their concerns deserve to be considered, but where is the middle? Out of all of the folks that I have spoken to with grievances, no one felt termination was just. How do you hold her accountable and grant the grace that you all
Grievances? What? That ain't no word.
Even a desire? I noticed Martavius in the back and many others who surrendered our charter are also in cahoots with firing our superintendent.
Thank you.
Danielle Inez, 158 Vance, Memphis, Tennessee, 38103. Madam Chair, members of the board, tomorrow the students will walk out. After tonight's vote to destabilize our district, our principals and teachers will be forced to face your voters during this week's State of the Schools addresses. People from all walks of life will flood your inboxes, will text your phones, and will talk about you like a dog online. And then on Monday, the governor's special session will begin. And let me be clear, we will be in the battle of your political careers. Because people will fight to keep your elected seats, but they will not fight to keep you in them. You are unfavorably rated by voters. You will be the very first thing that your advisors sacrifice. Vouchers, special school districts, and school construction money are all up for discussion in less than a week. And y'all are playing politics or chess, but y'all are playing with God's children. What's decided tonight matters. Next is now. This moment is what that phrase means. In closing, don't let anybody think that you can't change your position. You absolutely can change your position up until the very last second. You can always choose to do the right thing. Thank you.
Audrey Royal, Noah Nordstrom, Otis Threadkill.
Otis. It's a real nigga name.
Audrey. Noah Nordstrom.
Hey, y'all, I'm Noah Nordstrom, 6220 Forest Grove Drive, and I'm one of the 88% of teachers who support Dr. Feagins. So as teachers in this district, we are expected to do our jobs with excellence. We're expected to be well prepared, be impartial, and be adaptable to feedback from our bosses. And to ensure this, we are regularly observed by administration. So tonight is y'all's observation. This board is not well prepared. You keep piling on accusation after accusation that are irrelevant to the resolution to terminate Dr. Feagins. Y'all are pushing Deidre Malone's agenda. Yes, the Deidre Malone who tried to bring an oil pipeline into our community that would have poisoned our water. And you're putting her agenda above the kids of this district. And you're refusing to adapt to the people's input. We are your bosses. So do the right thing and show us tonight that you are worthy of the positions you've been elected to. We have been out here begging for you to listen to us. Listen to the teachers. If 88% of teachers support Dr. Feagins, that should say something. Thank you.
All right, good evening. My name is Otis Threadkill, 8267 Brightleaf Place, 38016. Today I'm going to be speaking in support of Dr. Feagins. I think from the beginning, Dr. Feagins has demonstrated a clear commitment to the children, right? So as it's been previously mentioned, there's been serious issues with the process. So I won't really get into that. However, today I want to ask the members of the board to do one thing, and that's do the right thing. We all know the potential effects of making the wrong decision today. As a veteran, I've had the experience of experiencing multiple school systems across the country as well as abroad, right? So the one thing that I found that these school systems have in common is putting the children first, right? So with that, I want to say again, board, let's do the right thing and put the children first. Thank you.
Did Audrey Royal, Philistine Terry, Glenda Hicks, Natria Wren.
Good evening. Hi, I'm Philistine Terry, 3199 Shiloh Road, Memphis, Tennessee. The reason I'm here is for the children. I understand as a teacher of 34 years that curriculum drives instruction, instruction drives achievement. Right now, our district needs academic focus. We need to focus on academics. Right now, we have no structure. That's got to be our first thing. Doesn't matter if we keep superintendent or we get a new one. We need to focus on academics, okay? I hear that the learning academies had growth. Right now, our learning academies are defunct. I'm asking you all to please bring those learning academies back. I know that the summer academies are part of the third grade commitment. So therefore, we need to reinforce summer academy with our fall, spring, and winter academies. And our academies have been reduced to a packet. Okay? Packets for children that supposedly can't read. Our teachers need support. We have new teachers who have just begun.
Thank you, Ms. Terry.
Thank you.
Good evening. Glenda Hicks, 608 Gillies,
Look at Mary
advocate for
Poppins.
the community. I'm here this evening. I've never met Dr. Feagin. I don't know her personally. However, I have dear concern at the very base of this board's actions. It concerns me that the concept of team did not exist in these actions that we are facing this evening. If the concept of teams had existed, this entire board would have known about the meeting that was called before minutes of that meeting. So the very basis of your actions, your motives, do not come across as pure. That is a deep concern. In the best interest of actions that teach our children how they need to interact and settle oppositions, this action does not support that. So consider your actions, your motives, and do the right thing for the children.
Latria Wren, 9695 Manor View Cove, Cordova, Tennessee, 38018. I stand here in support of Dr. Feagins. I want to talk about time and consequences. You haven't given Dr. Feagins time to do her job. You haven't given Dr. Feagins time to really make a difference. You haven't taken the time to truly prove to your constituents that she has done these alleged infractions. We know this because you released the resolution and then days later you come back with more alleged infractions. Now let's talk about consequences. We don't know the consequences of terminating Dr. Feagins. We don't know what type of financial impact that's going to have. We don't know what type of legislative consequences that we'll face if you terminate Dr. Feagins. And understand that your votes will have consequences. We will lobby our state legislative body to change the laws. And like I said the last time I was here, we're going to get each and every one of you out of those seats, and you can stamp that.
Sean McKenzie, Sarah Carpenter, Candy Smith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sean McKenzie of 1425 Dexter Lake Drive, Cordova, Tennessee, 38016. So I want to come here tonight to address, obviously, the issues that we're having. Dr. Feagins, I want to thank you. You've been incredible. Riverwood Elementary has gotten a new principal since you joined. We've seen a lot of positive change, and I'm getting a lot more information directly from the district than I did last year. As we all know as parents, that's something that we're very concerned about, communication. So, ladies and gentlemen of the board, tonight you have a historic choice to make. Do you decide to maintain progress for Memphis and Shelby County schools, or do you potentially hand over control of the largest school district in Tennessee to the state? That is a decision you need to make here tonight. Thank you.
Sarah Carpenter, 2100 Curry Avenue, 38108. I wasn't gonna say nothing tonight, but we got state representatives in this room. We got the people that voted for you in this room. We got Shelby County Commission in this room. We got children in this room. Y'all, city council people in this room. We got a former mayor, first black mayor clapping up. We got Doc Holliday in this room. Y'all, we got people in this room that's telling y'all what we want. Y'all ignoring us, so I keep my ears to the street. Y'all know that, right? I heard that some more allegations gonna come up on Dr. Feagin, but it ain't nothing none of y'all can tell us about Dr. Feagin because we feel like it's a witch hunt at this point. I see people on Facebook talking about who mentoring them. I'm gonna tell you something. Some of your mentors need mentors. Some of the people that y'all putting on Facebook, I hear state representatives, senators up there talking about the people we should have been thrown out of this boardroom. When they stood with white people in Nashville, they didn't tell them to throw them out. I'm talking about London Lamar. I'm calling
Thank
names.
you.
Man, they cut Mama Duck mic off. Mama Duck, we can't hear you. They cut you off. The people in the building can hear you.
We ain't been talking, but you still got a chance. Dr. Feagin, whatever happened tonight,
They cut it
I'm
back
asking you
on.
one thing. Don't leave the city too quick. Don't leave. I'm asking you not to leave. Don't leave the city because I promise you. I promise you. I promise you.
Candy Smith. Candy Smith.
She fired, y'all. This day 3. She ain't got her job
Candy
back.
Smith available.
I wouldn't want to come back after all
Stephanie
this shit.
Sacco.
We looking at everybody on the board crazy. Hey, fuck y'all.
Hello. I'm Stephanie Sacco. I'm a kindergarten teacher with MSCS, and I'm at 1778 Tutwiler Ave, 38107.
Okay, North Memphis.
Was thinking to myself, I feel like I haven't gone home from work yet because I feel this is just as important as what I did today with my students. And myself, the teachers with whom I work, the parents and families support Dr. Feagin. She's raised our pay. She's sent surveys to me for the first time anyone has asked me questions about what I think. She's subbed at my school for a whole day. The cause that you keep naming is changing all the time. Teachers don't care about Mastery Connect being gone. SPED advisors weren't there because they went back into the classroom or they quit. And central office was turned into something that felt imaginary and foreign to me, into now having someone at my school who's in my PLC every week. I'm waiting for my survey from the board, and holding fast in the face of public outcry, or even remarking that peaceful protesters need to learn when to shut up. In my kindergarten class, we talk about listening with action, which means you show that you are listening by responding, and no one hears of the 5 show that they're listening, and it's really sad. But thank you, Dr. Feagin.
Man, she shaped bad.
Candy Smith. Our last speaker is K. Darrell Cowan.
Got a little Oompa Loompa speaking.
My name is Candy Smith. I live in 8124 Blue Lagoon in Bartlett, Tennessee.
Bartlett?
I worked in
Bartlett got his own school system. Y'all not like us.
Shelby County Schools for all of my 35 years as a teacher and then counselor. And I just wanted to say that a good politician knows that they need to listen to their constituents. And I don't feel like that's happening here at all. All I hear, yes, I'm retired, but I still am in touch with many of my colleagues, and all I'm hearing from them is they're hopeful, they're encouraged, they feel like things are finally going to change for the better after many, many years of the same old thing that we've had all these years. I think part of the problem is some of the politicians on the board have been there long enough that where maybe they owe some favors to some people, and now they're trying to push those favors through. And I don't think the community is going to stand for that. And so I hope that you will use good common sense, listen to your constituency, and keep Dr. Feagins here. Thank you.
She stamped it.
Madam Chair, Madam Superintendent, and our illustrious board members. My name is K. Darrell Cowan. Address is 3385 Airways Boulevard, 38116. I don't even know. But I want to say this. When the community interviewed Dr. Feagins, I did ask her 3 questions. The questions that I have for Dr. Feagins, first of all, are you a gangbanger? In other words, does your sorority or fraternity take precedence over the children? Her answer was no. I asked Dr. Feagins, I said, are you willing to shake up some things in central office that need to be changed since I was a student in MSCS? She said, yes. I said, Dr. Feagins, in doing so, understanding that it's going to make a lot of people upset, are you willing to still take on their charge? She said, yes. So I stand here to say this today on the day after we celebrate Dr. King's birthday in Memphis, Tennessee. My final statement is that an injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So it's time for us to let's give us some grace and make an opportunity to make this right. When we're talking about conflict resolution, our children are paying attention to how we're responding. I'm not saying that nobody's perfect, but what I'm saying is there is a way that we can work together. And let's find a way to make that happen tonight. Thank you so much.
Okay, big bro. Y'all out of order. Call the roll. Y'all is out of order.
We have 3 items to address under request for action this evening. The first one is 6.1, outside general counsel report. Outside counsel.
They on Memphis, they don't care. They checking the shit out this man.
Commissioners and superintendent.
Pull your mic up a little bit.
They on his ass.
Several weeks ago, my law firm was engaged to perform an essential function
And that function was to ascertain the facts. The facts. Because there was in this community a disbelief of the facts. And that is what we endeavored to do. With respect to the termination resolution, was it based on fact? People are entitled to their own opinions, but they're not entitled to their own set of facts. And so that's what we did. Earlier today,
He sound real zesty to me.
Point of order.
He sounds zesty.
I thought we were presenting with facts and not editorializing by the board attorney. So I just want to say that for the record.
He's getting to his point.
There was a lot of preamble there.
He's getting to his
Okay,
point.
go Dr. Feagins. Dr. Feagins said,
Attorney
hold the fuck
Spencer,
up,
keep
nigga.
going. Keep going.
She said, hold up, nigga.
earlier today, I presented to the Board of Commissioners the facts. And the question that that is most
please
important,
be respectful and allow him the opportunity to speak. Or the SROs, we can start clearing the room.
Reveal. What do the facts reveal? With respect to the 3 items set forth in the resolution, the facts irrefutably reveal that they are all true. They are all true. It is a fact that Dr. Feagins misled the board with respect to the allegation that employees of this district misuse overtime to the tune of $1 million. That is not true. And there
Point
are
of
no
order.
facts.
Point of order. Let him speak. The executive summary would be read into the record. And this is editorializing, and the tone of your voice is this is as if it's a trial. I'm embarrassed.
Ain't nobody no slave. We ain't no slave in here now. He has his own tone.
Superintendent, excuse me, you may finish speaking. Colleagues, we will not get out of order.
It's
Go
too
ahead.
late for that. It's about to go down in that motherfucker.
Board Chair, point of personal privilege. Could we take a brief recess to reset, please?
No, he can go on. We're going to keep going. People are going to be respectful. We always want to talk about what the children. It's time for us to do the adult thing. Listen. We can clear the room. We can take the vote now and be done with it. Y'all want to do the vote?
It is.
Hold on one second.
It is.
Clear the room. We're just going to clear the space and we'll finish. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We can clear it out.
Madam Chair, it is also a fact that in the responses that Dr. Feagin provided to this board on January 6th and January 14th, that they were untruthful with respect to the allegation she made that impugned the character and the integrity of employees of this district. It is also a fact. It is also a fact that Dr. Feagins accepted the $45,000 donation without board approval. It is a fact. And
But
that
she
particular
told him
fact
about it.
is established by her own email dated July 21, 2024. It is further a fact that when Dr. Feagin was asked this question by this board, that she was untruthful. That is a fact. It is also a fact that when Dr. Feagins responded to this allegation in her letter of January 6th and January 14th, that she was again untruthful. Those are facts. It is a fact that Dr. Feagins failed to encumber
So what? She
and
lied.
obligate a federal grant for over $300,000. That is a fact. It is also a fact that
Get her out, please. We're not gonna have this.
He is zesty.
Chair, chair, chair. This is a public meeting, chair. And what is happening here is this is our
Point of
so-called
order.
board hired attorney is acting
Point
like
of order,
we're in a
Michelle.
courtroom.
You out of order.
You know what?
You out of
It's
order.
not for you to say.
Michelle, you out of order.
Chair, I'm talking to the chair, not the board member who's been here 3 months. Chair, this is not a courtroom, and the board hired attorney is acting as if he is in a courtroom. He was instructed to read the executive summary.
Preach.
He was instructed to read the
Preach.
executive summary.
Hey, Michelle,
Being
listen.
zesty.
Thank you.
When you left out, he's doing what the other part of what he was instructed to do.
He being
Now, I'm not going to
zesty.
sit here and argue back and forth and scream with anybody.
Highly inappropriate.
This whole process, a lot of this is highly inappropriate. A lot
This
of things
whole
have been highly
process.
inappropriate.
Okay. Oh shit.
Chair, point of personal privilege. Once again, may I respectfully ask that we call a recess?
We can call a 5-minute recess.
Thank you.
They out of order. She done lost control. They done cut her mic. Niggas yelling, don't put your hands on
Madam
me.
Chair.
You part of the problem.
Hold on. We're taking a 5-minute recess to get it regrouped. Hold on for me.
She just hoping it don't turn ugly. She like, shit, these niggas is agitated. I like the board members arguing with each other. She like, hold up, you just got her, little mama. Shut the fuck up talking to me. She don't know what to do. She defeated. She like, I just want to moderate. Notice the heavy set of police presence in that motherfucker. They know what's up. They got sheriffs and resource officers from the schools. All police. Everybody in this thing, I don't know what they doing in Dawson and Thornton Township. She can't threaten you, Michelle.
We're gonna end this.
We gonna end it. She don't care.
If we're asking, if you're going to, please have a seat. Have a seat, please.
Can't take niggas nowhere. Yeah, when Keefe D get out?
Attorney Spence, you may continue.
I'd like to move to adjourn the meeting.
Attorney
Oh,
Spence, you
shit.
may continue.
She want to end this shit.
Based on our review of the facts, we established that with respect to the 3 allegations that appear in the termination resolution, that Dr. Feagins violated her employment contract no less than 8 times and deviated from board policy on at least 9 separate occasions.
She only been there 8 months. She ain't know.
Concluded that with respect to Dr. Feagins' candor and truthfulness, it was absent. Dr. Feagins, in responding to the allegations in the termination resolution, exhibited a pattern of untruthful statements.
Who cares?
Those are our findings, and those findings appear in this report, which we provided to the board, and I'm available for questions.
Where's our parliamentarian? Chair, Dr. Schultz, I move to adjourn this meeting. What is the status of that?
Oh. It got it good. I ain't mean to keep you out here this
Chair,
long.
Dr. Schultz, I will suspend that. I wanted to end this, but it is now that you have ended his report, I recall my suspension of the meeting.
Damn. It's like that.
Commissioner McKinney.
Nigga walk past the nigga, you lied. Pussy ass nigga.
Commissioner McKinney, Commissioner McKissick, Commissioner Hewitt Garcia. If please, you all, camera's gonna have to move over so people that are can see. Please don't stand in front of people. If you're standing, please have a seat.
Point of order. Where are we on? Which one?
We'll wait. If you have questions for council, that's where we are. If you have a question for the council at this point, you turn your light off, Commissioner McKinney. Okay. Commissioner McKissick.
No question for the council. I'm just waiting to comment.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Now, any board member that has a comment or a question, well, a comment, no questions.
Can I speak now, Chair? That's what my light was on for.
Michelle ready to go off.
Yes, I'd like to speak on the report.
Okay, you're up.
Thank you. And just officially for the record, just want to share what I think of this report.
Ooh, trashed it.
This report was handed to the board, or at least to some members of the board, just barely an hour before our meetings began. A report that's as thick as a phone book, for those who remember that. And there's no way for me to review all of that copy in that time. But what I can tell you of those policy violations, whatever rules or that supposedly were broken, 9 policies, I believe it was mentioned, there are 200 policies. So 9 out of 200 is what we're talking about here.
In an 8-month span, and she brand new.
Other allegations brought forth. We keep talking about a $45,000 check, $45,000 out of 1.8 billion. And it's not like it was deposited into her personal account. Just as there was an error earlier this evening regarding enrollment numbers, a clerical error. That's what we're talking about here. So the violations And we keep talking about like the board, the board, the board. No, it is not the entire board. The communication has been wide open for as much as I can recall. I'm addressing the points that were brought up throughout this so-called report. Board members across the state are looking at this. We are grasping at straws here. No one is infallible. You've heard the community speak about no one expects the superintendent to be perfect. Nobody is perfect. This board in and of itself may very well have violated policies and state laws, namely the Sunshine Law. Also, in terms of violating policies, there are some members of this board who've come in and haven't even had their new board member orientation mandated by the state. That happens next week.
Up to 3 months, the 3
come
month
onto
lady.
The board and make allegations, and you yourself don't have all the aptitude to really do this job, no matter how much expertise you may think you bring. There is much to always learn that only time can give, but certainly, bare minimum, the board member orientation. This community has been through emotional trauma over the last month plus. I will continue my comments. Please give me a warning when I have my remaining time, Dr. Schultz. Thank you.
Damn, they ringing cowbells and shit.
Commissioner Murphy.
I move to the previous question.
Commissioner McKinney.
I would like to suggest that the board, I'd like to make a motion to make this a transparent report and to post it so that the community can see the full report. I'd like to move that we post full report.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, roll call vote, I'm sorry. Commissioner McKissick?
Aye, so you can see that it's a sham.
Oh, God. Commissioner Garcia?
Aye.
Commissioner Porter?
Aye.
Commissioner Murphy?
Aye.
Commissioner Love?
Aye.
Commissioner McKinney?
Aye.
Commissioner Otay?
Aye.
Commissioner Williams?
Aye.
Board Chair Coleman? Aye. You have 9 in the affirmative. Thank you. That motion passes. This will become a public document. Give us a couple of days to get all of this scanned in, and it will be online.
That motherfucker said we want it tonight. Motherfucker, you gonna scan this shit in? But technically, it shouldn't have to be scanned in because I'm sure that nigga emailed it. It was typed, so it's emailable. It ain't got to be scanned in page for page. I just thought about that. The original shit is typed and saved on a computer where they could just email it.
Yes, I have one more comment. Chair.
She said I wasn't
Okay.
through.
Commissioner McKissick, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Chair. Regarding this report and uploading it and letting the public see it within the next few days, that is emblematic of this entire process. It has been completely off. It will be a moot point in a few days if a vote's taken tonight. So I just want to say that for the record. This report, it was supposed to be delivered in a neutral manner, just simply stating the facts without all the Perry Mason editorializing. And it's clear
Not
from some of the
Perry
questions
Mason.
in the private meeting that some board members had access to this information prior. By the way the questions were being asked, that was my observation in some form or fashion. So that's just want to say that for regarding this report that was
Garcia
delivered,
looks spooked.
I believe the superintendent was told that her attorney could not be present to respond. Thank you to the public for coming out to hear about the report. You can go online in a few days and read it, but we're going to move forward with this meeting tonight. Thank you.
Commissioner Hewitt Garcia.
Thank you for Board Member McKissick articulating what I meant by my sign. What we expected was reading the executive summary, and I've been, I think of as counsel in general, any counsel, to be fairly a presenting fact. There was a clear point of view. I feel embarrassed. I feel embarrassed to sit up here. Board members, this is not a trial. The substitute amendment I plan to introduce on the next item on the agenda is really, do you still want to work with Dr. Feagins? And the question is, if you're incapable of making progress with adults, why should we trust you to make decisions for the progress of our kids? You will have to live with and accept the consequences of the decision tonight. The public is watching. They made that very clear. But I have additional remarks I want to share before I introduce my resolution. But I can tell there is one colleague up here who knows better. I can see the stress. I see the faith that she is weighing. And I've got your back if you want to be on the right side of history. That's all.
Okay, 6.2, resolution terminating employment contract. She's getting ready to do her. Yeah, the motion is now. The Commissioner Huey Garcia, I'm sorry.
Point of information or order. Is it already on the floor? Is the motion for the resolution terminating employment contract already on the floor? It is on the floor, so it's been. Okay, call for the question. I can't.
Commissioner Huey Garcia.
Board Member McKissick would like to make a comment, and then I will go.
No, you can't.
You can't do it? Okay. I move to amend by substitution with the following language, of which you all have copies in front of you, titled Substitute Amendment to Resolution Terminating Employment Contract. But before that, I want to address the public directly. Thank you for showing up and taking a stand. I remain steadfast in my position. Tonight, like the night of December 17th, I believe there are 5 colleagues who initially set out to terminate Dr. Feagins that may still do so tonight. Still, I will not surrender my optimism or hope. Your vote is your position tonight. But I also want to share something deeply concerning. I have knowledge of a drafted bill that, while primarily intended for Memphis Shelby County schools, could have significant statewide implications on school boards. And let me be clear, I believe Nashville is using this as an opportunity, not an excuse. I know what happens in Nashville is not a direct consequence of whatever happens tonight, but it will inform the severity of their response. I don't, and none of us should favor diluting this elected board with individuals not chosen by our constituents or allow them to gain control of our facilities and beyond. We've seen state intervention before in the Achievement School District, and we know the results. It has not benefited our students or families, nor improved educational outcomes. Yet, even as we understand this history, I take no solace in any future ability to say, I told you so, or look what happened. There's no world where I am successful as a board member and my colleagues fail, because we all bear the repercussions of the decisions that we make tonight, and our kids do too. I'm urging you to take a different path tonight. I'm asking you to support my version of this resolution. Together, let's do the hard work required to ensure stability of our district, and let's give Dr. Feagins more time. And let's demonstrate to our community and beyond that we are willing to defend our autonomy. This is our chance to act decisively in favor of what is best for our students and what our teachers want, and for Memphis Shelby County schools. I will read my resolution. Is it okay? Okay. Substitute amendment to resolution terminating employment contract. Whereas the board considered the resolution terminating employment contract at the special call meeting on December 17th, 2024. This resolution serves as a blanket substitute amendment to be referred to as resolution to retain Superintendent Dr. Marie Feagins. And whereas Superintendent Dr. Marie Feagins has served Memphis Shelby County schools for the past 8 months, garnering and maintaining overwhelming community support since the 18th month search process, and during a time of continued challenges and transformation for the 110,000 plus students seeking an education for success and learning, leadership, and life. And whereas Dr. Feagins has made difficult decisions set in motion before her arrival in April 2024 to restructure the district's administrative offices, reallocating resources to prioritize students in classrooms while ensuring fiscal responsibility, efficiency, and continued use and strengthening of data on MSCS's three priorities: strengthening literacy, recruiting and retaining the best talent, and creating rigorous, equitable academic choices to ensure students are prepared for the global workforce. And whereas both the board and superintendent have professional standards for their roles through professional organizations and an internal MSCS policy, which should guide the board and superintendent on a critical analysis of the needed professional development and continuous improvement that is done together and separately, including: 1, TCA 492203A15A requires the board to conduct performance evaluations for superintendents fairly, transparently, and with evidence-based criteria, ensuring decisions are rooted in accountability and the best interest of students and the community. 2, the School Superintendents Association names 12 standards of the educational leader, including maintains the standards and seeks to improve the effectiveness of the profession through research and continuing professional development. 3, Memphis Shelby County Schools Policy 1013 Superintendent Code of Ethics states, "I will endeavor to fairly represent the entire educational community under the auspices of Shelby County Schools at all times." 4, the Tennessee School Board Association's board member code of conduct includes but is not limited to relations with the director of schools or superintendent, which states, "I will hold the director of schools or superintendent accountable for working with staff and requiring them to work within the framework of policy set up by the board." 5, the Center for Public Education's 8 characteristics of an effective school board includes: effective school boards are accountability driven, spending less time on operational issues and more time on policies to improve student achievement. 6, Memphis Shelby County Schools Policy 0004 Board Officers and Duties describes the statutory and additional duties of the chair, including: 1, confer with the superintendent on crucial matters which may occur between board meetings and subsequently inform the board, and 2, bring before the board such matters that may require the attention of the board. Whereas the board has the opportunity to demonstrate strong governance and communicate the desired improvements to Superintendent Dr. Marie Feagins so that she may have additional time to remedy the root issues outlined in the prior resolution calling for termination. Upon the examination of the resolution and the public comments, it's proposed the following topics be addressed, outlined, and their progress reported on. 1, stronger internal controls. Dr. Feagins must continue to use the Tennessee Comptroller Internal Control and Compliance Manual and School Support Organizations Procedurals Manual to audit, improve, and strengthen all Memphis Shelby County Schools internal controls, including but not limited to enhanced staff training, adhering to the grant management process, including deadlines and RFPs, evaluating employees who work excessive overtime to address workload pressure, and implementing robust donation acceptance processes and controls. The superintendent must continue to address the areas outlined in the prior termination resolution, bring additional recommendations for areas of focus, and outline the necessary additional resources, if any, to the board, such as the need for any additional headcount. 2, communication improvement. As stated in Dr. Feagins' contract, the board and superintendent must establish and follow a communication protocol. 3, human capital analysis. Dr. Feagins will continue the analysis of MSCS's human capital needs using the district's priorities to ultimately increase student achievement. This includes completing a compensation analysis and a review of the credentials and skills of those executing the work against the evolving changes of the district. 4, board governance training. The board must complete all required training described in the State Board of Education rules and regulations and engage with a reputable third-party organization such as the Tennessee School Board Association for an assessment of needs, and must engage in additional ongoing professional development topics such as governance, policy, budgeting, or other key leadership needs. Whereas the Memphis Shelby County School Board will examine the performance of Dr. Feagins, raising any concerns for public discussion, encouraging the collective ownership of our path forward. And whereas the Memphis Shelby County School Board supports additional time for Superintendent Dr. Feagins to lead MSCS in addressing the district's needs and achieving academic progress for our students and schools. Be it therefore resolved that the Memphis Shelby County School Board and the public will receive monthly updates on the progress of the improvements outlined in this resolution during the superintendent's report starting no later than the February 2025 board business meeting. Be it therefore resolved that the superintendent, Dr. Marie Feagins, will present any budget considerations for initial resources needed to implement the improvements, if any, named in this resolution at the board budget retreat on February 21st, 2025, with the complete list of needs for consideration by the end of the fiscal year on June 30th, 2025. Be it therefore resolved that the Memphis Shelby County School Board Chair will present monthly updates on the progress of the improvements outlined in this resolution during the Chair's report, starting no later than February 2025 board business meeting. Be it therefore resolved resolved that the Memphis Shelby County School Board Chair must share the board plan for continued professional development with the public before their scheduled 2025-2026 school year budget presentation to the Shelby County Board of Commissioners. Be it therefore resolved that the chair of the Memphis Shelby County School Board should present any budget considerations for initial resources needed to implement the improvements, if any, named in this resolution at the board budget retreat on February 21st, 2025, with the complete list of needs for consideration by the end of the fiscal year on June 30th, 2025. Be it therefore resolved that a copy of this resolution shall be transmitted to the Tennessee Department of Education and the public to affirm the board's support of additional time for Superintendent Dr. Marie Feagins and its commitment to stability and progress in the district. January 21st, 2025. Amber Hewitt Garcia.
May I have a second for the motion to amend?
I'd like to second that, please.
Okay. Now we're in the hands of Dr. Schultz.
Handling a resolution and a substitute to a resolution is a little complicated. So without objection, I'm going to try and lead you through this thing. Madam Chairman, if at any time you want it back, you just take it. Resolutions are divided into two parts. There's a preamble and there's a resolution. The preamble is all the whereas statements. They don't have a great deal of significance. The meat of a resolution is in the resolving statements. The way this process works in the amending is we try to perfect the two documents. Perfecting means to amend them in some way to bring them together. You have two items before you. They are quite different. What I will do is I will open up the original one first, and I'm only working on the resolve section, not the preamble section. Go to the resolve section, and the question now is, would you like to make any amendments? Now that you see what the two are, would you like to make any amendments in perfecting the original one? And the amendments would be to clarify better language. It would be to adjust the language to get more votes, to get it closer to the substitute. And I'm going to open the floor now for anyone who would like to make amendments to the original language.
Point of order, to the original language of the original motion for termination, or this particular motion that's on the floor?
What's up right now is perfecting the resolution terminating employment contract, your original one.
Dr. Schultz, if I
Yes.
may. So does this substitute amendment, which took into consideration the original resolution, does this not count as the tightening up of the language?
What's going on here is if you want to change anything in the original resolution, this is your moment. Next, I will go to the amendment, which is referred to as substitute amendment to resolution terminating employment contract, and I will allow you to make any amendments to that. If you do make amendments to it, then I will open both of them up when you're done making any amendments, and you don't have to make any amendments. I'll open them both up if there's anything in the whereases that you want to do. Because if you change something in the resolve part, it might impact something above it. Somehow I doubt that's going to happen, but this is the process, and we'll just walk through the process. Right now, what is available to you is the resolution terminating employment contract. Would anyone like to move perfecting language for that document? Since no one is, we will now move to the substitute amendment. Would anyone like to amend the substitute amendment? Any language in that? It appears not. Both documents are open if you would like to amend any of the other sections, the whereas sections. It appears not. Now we're at the point of deciding which one you want. You're going to vote as to which one you want as your main motion. Currently, the main motion is the resolution terminating employment contract. You have an amendment suggested, which is your substitute amendment. The question is, do you wish to amend by substitution? Vote yes if you would like the substitute amendment to become the main motion. Vote no if you would like the original resolution terminating employment contract to remain as the main motion. Are there any questions?
There's always questions, Dr. Schultz. If you could clarify that? And is there any opportunity to make comments regarding it beyond just change?
What's before you right now, since no one wanted to modify any of the language, what's before you right now is a substitute amendment. If you would like to speak to the substitute amendment, this is your moment for debate.
Thank you, Dr. Schultz, for the clarification. Board Chair, to my colleagues, first, I want to apologize the temperature regarding this very difficult situation. And I'm again going to go back to the center of where I know that we all care for children. We all care for this community. I ask that we listen to our community. They have spoken so clearly, so eloquently tonight. I can't do any more than what they have already done. But I just want to point out that if this is for the children, what are we telling our children? That no, we can't come to some resolution? No, we don't know how to settle our conflicts? No, we don't know how to get along? That's not the message we want to send to our children. I want to co-sign on to this substitute amendment resolution because it is fair and balanced. It acknowledges the fact that perhaps you don't have the same level of communication interaction with the superintendent. I want to work with you to ensure that that does happen. We can hit the reset button on all of this. We absolutely can do this together. We don't have to throw the baby out with the bathwater. So please consider that. And whereas I have tried to be conciliatory to say, I understand that you've got concerns that perhaps I don't share, I just haven't heard the reverse. I've heard no one say, well, you know what, let me reconsider that. Well, maybe there's something we got off on. Maybe it's because Michelle was part of the board of the superintendent. That's why he has a different. Let me take a look at that. My board member chair, we're at the house during all this bumps, bruises, and please, let's honor that work. It just doesn't make sense. We have new teachers who are given more latitude than we're giving the superintendent. New teachers have 3 years where they can figure things out. It's not too much to say, let's listen to our community. They are begging us just to listen to them. We don't always get everything right. Clearly, yes, there's something that needs to be improved, but we can do this together. I wrote an open letter to you where I said, quoting Dr. King, to have a tough mind and a tender heart, it takes both of those to lead. Yes, we've had some tough issues here, but find that tender heart to listen to the community, to listen to children. It is overwhelming. They don't want this. They want us to work together to move beyond this. Thank you.
Commissioner McKinney.
Call for the question.
Commissioner
That
Murphy.
requires a second.
Second.
This is moving the previous question, which would close debate, stop amendment process, and vote immediately on which document you want. Again, if you vote yes, you are voting to substitute. Oh, excuse me, we haven't done this yet. This takes a 2/3 vote of those present in voting in order to stop debate.
Roll call vote to stop the debate.
Vote yes to stop debate and vote immediately on the substitution. Vote no if you don't wish to do that, but it will take 2/3 in the affirmative to stop debate and vote immediately. Voting yes closes debate, and we would vote immediately on whether to substitute.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McKissick,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia,
Yes.
Commissioner Porter,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Love,
Yes.
Commissioner McKinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Otay,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams, Board Chair Coleman. You have 9 in the affirmative.
The motion passes.
The question is now on the motion to substitute. Vote yes if you want the substitute amendment to become the main motion. Vote no if you would like the resolution terminating employment to remain as the main motion. No, you were voting to close debate.
Repeat that again.
Vote yes. This is the question before you is on the amendment. The motion is to amend by substitution. Vote yes if you would like the substitute amendment to become the main motion. Vote no if you would like to retain resolution terminating employment contract to remain as the main motion. Everybody okay? This will take 5 votes to be, yes, 5 votes to be adopted. I will remind the members how to vote on this kind of thing. You have 4 things that you can say. You can say yes, or something like that, yay, or whatever. You can say no or nay. You can pass if you're not ready to vote, but you would like to have the secretary come around again and ask you again. You can also vote present, which means that you are not voting at this time, but you would like to be marked as present during the vote.
Roll call vote.
Commissioner McKissick,
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia,
Yes.
Commissioner Porter,
Yes.
Commissioner Murphy,
No.
Commissioner Love,
No.
Commissioner McKinney,
No.
Commissioner Otay,
Pass.
Commissioner Williams,
No.
Commissioner Otay,
No.
Board Chair Coleman.
No.
You have 3 in the affirmative and you have 6 nays.
The motion is lost.
What is before you now is the resolution terminating the employment contract.
Commissioner McKinney.
It is open for debate.
Call for the question.
That's moving the previous question. Again, it will require a second and a 2/3 vote to stop debate and vote immediately.
Chair?
I second.
This is not debatable. Go ahead and roll call. Again, it will take a 2/3.
Chair?
They
Dr. Schultz,
said call the
can you please,
roll.
Clarify why we are closing
Hey,
the
Melissa.
debate at this point, because we have not heard from the nays. And I'm really, I think the public would want to hear, I want to hear from the perspective we haven't heard.
From the
So
parliamentary perspective, the member was recognized and she has the right to make that motion. I cannot tell you what her thoughts were on that, but it is legal for her to do that.
thank you, Dr. Schultz.
Vote yes if you want to close debate and vote immediately. Vote no if you would like more debate on this issue.
Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner McKissick,
No.
Commissioner Garcia,
No.
Commissioner Porter,
No.
Commissioner Murphy,
Yes.
Commissioner Love,
Yes.
Commissioner McKinney,
Yes.
Commissioner Otay,
Yes.
Commissioner Williams, Board Chair Coleman.
Yes.
You have 6 in the affirmative and 3 nays.
There
The
being-
motion.
Yeah, there being 3 in the negative and 6 in the affirmative, it does reach the 2/3 threshold and debate is closed and you will be voting immediately on the resolution terminating the employment contract. Yeah. Voting yes on this means you are in support of the resolution terminating the employment contract. Voting no, you are opposed to it. It will take 5 affirmative votes to adopt.
Point of privilege. As the resolution chairperson, I would like to vote first, please. Can I do that?
You're in charge of the meeting. Which one? Talk to the person doing the roll call and tell them what the vote is now.
Okay.
Yes.
Board Chair Coleman,
Yes.
Commissioner McKissick,
No.
Commissioner Garcia,
No.
Commissioner Porter,
No.
Commissioner Murphy,
There's
Yes.
3 no's.
Commissioner Love,
Yes.
Commissioner McKinney,
Yes.
Commissioner
She out.
Otay,
Pass.
Commissioner Williams, Commissioner Williams,
Yes. That's it. Turn your mic on. Yes.
Commissioner Otay,
Yes. No, I'm sorry. We good?
That motion passes. This meeting is a
okay. Commissioner Otay, would you repeat your vote?
Yes.
Have 3 nays.
The resolution is adopted. Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
Ooh, they arguing. They is arguing. They almost at the end. What? It's 12 more minutes. Let's see what they come back and say. No.
Thank you, Dr. Harrington, for your support. Now, I am proud to announce that our very own Dr. Willie Harrington has agreed to help this board. So I just want to take this time to say thank you, Dr. Harrington, for your support. Thank you for being willing to work with us. Now we're on to the naming.
Excuse me, point of order, Chair. With all due respect, I'm a huge admirer of Dr. Harrington, but you cannot make a unilateral decision like that without including the entire board.
That's
Am I
no
hearing this for the
problem.
first time? This is unacceptable. There should be other names and other parties that can be a part of this. I love Dr. Harrington for what he did for the school district. He was my superintendent. I respect him to the
First
utmost.
of all,
but you can't announce
Michelle, don't holler at me, please. I'm not being disrespectful to you.
I'm not hollering. I'm speaking very forcefully, but I'm not hollering.
Because
But I would like for you to respect, we talk about policies and procedures and how things should be done, proper protocol. You cannot announce that Dr. Harrington is going to be the one to shepherd this process. I'd love to be
I didn't say he was going to shepherd the process. I said he's going to work with us. We are on to the naming. We will discuss that. We are now on to the naming of interim superintendent. May I have nominations? If anybody has a nomination.
I would like to nominate Rod Richmond.
Second.
I have.
The name of Dr. Roderick Richmond has been brought to the forefront.
You take all nominations first. Yes.
Board Member Huey Garcia, I'm sorry, I didn't see you.
I'd like to nominate Dr. Angela Whitelaw. I'd like to second that nomination of Dr. Angela Whitelaw as our interim superintendent. And I'd like to hear from both of them.
Are there any other nominations? Go ahead. Commissioner McKinney.
Yeah, it's point of order. I'm not sure. That's highly unusual, but I'm not sure that we have that in the process or policies to hear from either one of them. This is a board decision.
Point of order. So we're asking Mr. Rod Richmond and Angela Whitelaw, do you accept?
I accept. Thanks for the consideration.
Dr. Whitelaw.
Board Member Coleman, if you just give me a few seconds, I do want to thank Board Member Garcia and Board Member McKissick today, because I'm filled with gratitude and honor for your recognition.
Hold on, Dr. Whitelaw. Security, clear them out, please.
Oh, shit.
Go ahead, Dr. Whitelaw.
Thank you. Thank you, Board Member Coleman, Chair Coleman. First of all, let me thank Board Member Garcia and Board Member McKissick. I'm here today with gratitude and honor for your recognition of my work across the district for the last 3 years, moving the district to a level 5. But for right now, as we lead into this next phase, to be considered for this role is an honor. And I sincerely appreciate your confidence in my abilities and where I stand. While I am pleased to have been recognized tonight, I also recognize this is not a time for division.
We cannot, as a district, we cannot, as a community. So therefore, I've made this difficult decision. While my goal is to be superintendent, my decision tonight is to withdraw my name from consideration because I am prepared to align with and support the individual board who ultimately selects to lead our district. I remain committed to the success of Memphis Shelby County Schools and will continue to dedicate my efforts to serving our students and the community. So I will follow and serve, but thank you.
I recommend that
Look at Jesse with the long hair.
Dr. Roderick Richmond is the interim superintendent of Memphis Shelby County Schools. And no other nominations. Roll call vote, please.
It will require 5 votes to approve.
Hello, Commissioner McKissick.
Present, not voting.
Commissioner Garcia.
Present, not voting.
Commissioner Porter.
Yes.
He said what? Commissioner Murphy.
Yes.
Commissioner Love.
Yes.
Commissioner McKinney.
Yes.
Commissioner Otay.
Yes.
Commissioner Williams.
Yes.
Board Chair Coleman.
Yes.
You have 7 in the affirmative and you have 2 present not voting.
Thank you. That motion passes. Dr. Roger Richmond is our interim superintendent. Congratulations.
That was it, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I got for you coming from Memphis. We hadn't had any updates. I don't know if she's suing or whatever. If I find out, I'll let y'all know something. Until the next episode, we out. What it do, man? Just now looking back in the chat and seeing it. What it do? Till the next episode, we out. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot this bitch ass with the quickness. Now he bleeding, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, 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 limp biscuit. All my niggas wildin', they done labeled us a misfit. Wake up every morning, 2 or 3, 5 in the tidbit. Oh shit, didn't nobody come to see you old, it's some focus. Shoot 100 shots, no reloaded. Master of the game, you would think I'm into coded. Memphis niggas spit this pimpin', mackin' like I'm golden. Ho, where my money, you gon' turn me to the old me. Say hi, first class flight, I'm in the nosebleed. Hoppin', cookin', whippin', shippin' till you count the proceeds. OG, I've been moving pack niggas since 03. Low key, niggas hating, but they don't want no beef. State gang, true sippers, bitch, I bet we don't eat. Get jammed, get a lawyer, make it bunny, don't speak. Pull up, oh, I need some more. A nigga had a long week. Shout out to my plug, he showed me love, he out in Long Beach. I'm true geek. Walking by myself, but left with 2 freaks. Ooh, we nothing in they mouth and on they booty. Austin Power swag, yeah, baby, this is groovy. You can call me Money Boy, or you can call me Nudie. Hood niggas, churches, chicken, let me get a 2-piece. Top down, 2-seater, let me feel the 2 breathe. Gotta hold it steady, chopper, kick it back like Bruce Lee. Lately, I've been in the zone, I guess I'm in my 2-3. Don't call my phone for nothing less than a QP. Feeling like the Migos, cause my bitch is bad and bougie. All my haters love me, all these bitches just some groupies. Came a long way, I like to introduce the new me. Standing on business like I'm king or like I'm Drewski. Call me Ron Island, cause I like my love for choosy. When we link, it's a movie. She bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me. I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. Call me Ron Island, cause I love my love for choosy. When we link, it's a movie. She bustin' like a Uzi. I love the way she do me. I beat it up like Uzi. She dancing just like Suki. I never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Pussy ass nigga, bow, limp biscuit. Never been a hoe, I stay on go, so what the business? Nigga talking reckless, shoot his bitch ass with the quickness. Name pleading, sorry, begging, asking for forgiveness. Bow, limp biscuit.